All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to this very special edition of Outside the Box. We're talking the election. Now, we invite you to come on with us. Talk to us about who you want, who you like, who you dislike. I want to make this very clear. Any bashing, any way, you're out. You're gone. We're going to, I want to keep this
Do we have Bongino ready to go?
respectful.
Yes. I see his stream. We're going to join while they're live.
Okay. And then after I bring up Bongino,
No promises.
Don't forget the wonderful.
Yeah, I know.
Well, thank you. When you talk to Dane.
Oh yeah. We're hoping to keep it respectful.
Yeah, we do have, they came in last.
Yeah, we're hoping to.
Because they're very excited.
Guys, thank you for hanging out with us tonight on the special. I'm trying to get Instagram to connect, and it's just not doing it. It's being a pain right square in the ass.
A free squat rack. Also the Smith machine and also the cable machine, so you can have everything that you want that can fit into a garage space. And there are three.
Okay, I'm watching the Associated Press online.
Okay.
I'll show it up.
All right, so I know you're kind of giving us a rundown before we were trying to go live. What?
You're the guys who have the
So far,
right?
on the Associated Press, Trump has 95 electoral votes. Harris has 35. Harris has Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Maryland. Trump has Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida.
Yes. Go to, if we have a time lapse of us, we reassembled our entire office gym. I don't know if we have that.
And we all know any of the states can go either way.
Right. They can flip any.
Those are the ones that are in to have, like, it's already called with all the votes.
Our old gym,
right.
We had some of their competitors, but that's we got it from a gym that closed down, so it was free.
95 is not 270.
And I said, hey, look, if you want us to do our
here's the thing.
No, it's not.
Fitness challenge in the office, you know,
what I'm seeing right now, too, is so far Pennsylvania's leading towards Democrat.
So take some of it.
Used to be. PA always used to be a Democrat, like Democrat state.
Not really.
For a while. I mean, it would always end up Obama won Pennsylvania, Biden won Pennsylvania.
But it looks like the reason why it's leaning towards blue. There's only 2 counties that are already counted, I guess.
What counties are?
I don't know what counties exactly.
Plus, they're closing the polls later in Luzerne County because of.
There's a couple of them.
Oh, because of the screw up over and
the problems they had today. And not just in Luzerne. It's not just Luzerne County though. It's certain polling places in Luzerne County. And there's a couple others outside of Luzerne County that are closing later. It's only the ones that started late. There's like 2 or 3 of them here in Luzerne County that started late because they had problems.
What's going on, Fly Guy? What's happening? What's your take on tonight?
That's not Dan. That's not Dan. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What am I wrong about?
I don't know what Mikey. So what, Fly Guy? What's wrong with? Why is Mike wrong?
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right.
Okay, we've had Democrat, a mix of Democrat and Republican governors. You know, I mean, the best way I've heard Pennsylvania described politically is that you got 2 major metropolitan areas that and Texas sandwiched in between. That's Pennsylvania. The rural parts of Pennsylvania right now, you know, barring places like Lackawanna County, most of rural Pennsylvania is red.
I know Philly's a big area. That helps Pennsylvania. Go whichever way it goes is Philly.
And yeah, I mean basically Philly and Pittsburgh, Erie, and Allentown. Pretty much that's, you know, they're the centers of voting control in the state.
I had a girl that was matted up from that.
You know, Luzerne County has actually gone red in the last three major elections. You know, 2016, 2020, and 2022. Luzerne County was red in each of those elections.
Yeah, they did. They did, and it was like the places like I said, Pittsburgh and Philly that carried either of them over.
And Philly, I'm sorry, is corrupt as hell. You know, there was a James O'Keefe. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He had a thing called Project Veritas, which basically he's out of now and he's doing his own thing, O'Keefe Media, where, you know, he takes cameras where he's not supposed to. And they showed people, illegal migrants voting in Philly. And they're telling them, like at the voting polls, he has it on camera. Oh no, you don't need a driver's license. You don't need to be a citizen. All you have to do is just be a resident of Philadelphia, and you can vote. You can vote in a national election. So there's that.
So what time did everybody vote today? I voted about 5 o'clock after work. Waited in line maybe 10 minutes. How were the crowds when you guys went to vote today? Was it like a lot of waiting in line or not too bad?
We went around 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we went around 3. It wasn't horrible, but there's 2 districts in our area.
2 wards.
Or 2 wards.
Yeah, me too.
That were in our polling place, so it's kind of
crowded.
It was weird because we had to figure out which line to go in.
And then we it's like we got to jump to the head of the class because Ward 5, there was basically no line.
Okay, Erie County. Kamala Harris has Northampton 62, Harris 50.
I asked you beforehand, and you said I don't have any room. I don't. Okay. Can you build me something?
Did Pepper vote today? I see Pepper on camera. FB.
You know it.
Pepper.
I have a friend sitting here with me.
Oh, Mikey's got a cat. Yep.
My buddy.
Gotta get all the pets out there to vote.
Oh yeah, well, I got the best one right here.
Oh, Gina Marie's got one.
This is our Momo. We think she's a Japanese bobtail. Your tail. She has.
Let me just see if I can get my dog. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can catch him.
Lenny, yep, we all did our civic duty today. How about you guys? Thanks for hanging out tonight with this special edition.
These are the same people who were
there he is, back from Posh Puppies.
Here's my baby.
Back from the Posh Puppies.
Lured in by Avril Haines or Lisa Monaco or anyone at DHS or any of these agencies under the
Fly Guy, I disagree. PA actually voted for went with Trump in 2016.
Yeah, PA did go Trump. If anybody, guys, if you want to chime in tonight, let us know where you voted. I mean, I voted in West Pittston. FP there, if he voted the same spot I did. And when I got there about 5, and I was able actually to walk right in, no problems. Voted. I waited maybe about 10 minutes, not even a vote. I was in and out.
All right, I just got a text message saying Tucker Carlson's election night special is on.
Yeah, I got it too.
I believe that they're able to hear us now. They can hear us on that end of it.
I like watching the specials.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the biggest.
This is the best.
Bongino is on. Sorry. Bongino is on Crowder now.
Then they just killed their own audio. Hey, let the record. We are 3-0 on technical issues on the call. We have had it right.
That's not guys. I'll be right back.
Can you say something, brother?
1 second.
I can hear you.
Did everybody get their sticker? I got my sticker.
I neglected to.
I think I'll
I got
just
my-
walk mine to the couch.
I have my American flag headbandy on.
I like that, Mike. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
Here's my sticker.
There we go.
ID.
Carolyn.
It says ID.
ID Tub.
ID Tub, yeah.
ID
All right,
Tub.
I'm back.
Sounds like
I might be the only person
ID
who never mirrors their camera.
I will tell you this.
I mirrored mine.
How do I
Then
do
why
that?
did you detox?
You know, I
Huh?
ruin that list regularly.
Why did you
I very
detox?
much share it with you.
I did not.
Yeah, I detox.
Did it?
People watching our stream know we were subject to
You have to do it every time. You have to do
I
it like a
did
few
do it
times.
earlier.
We made some
It's
calls to
on.
states before even CNN or
Hold
those
on.
folks have.
Mike,
There you
Mike,
go.
how about now?
Hold on.
Yay.
Thank you.
Maybe I
Thank
no,
you.
I,
Just-
I did
It
that
drives me-
before, and you know what? It must have been stayed. It must have stayed on.
It's
It drives me. It just drives me nuts when everything's backwards.
Hold on, don't panic. It's just like.
all right. Let's see.
But I heard you say jacked up. Okay, I got you.
All right, so I was saying that we just brought them on as a sponsor last minute, and I heard that you've been
wanna
using
bring up
quite a
Yeah,
bit.
Don from Jacked Up Fitness is
That's a
here.
cool feature. I like that mirror camera feature. I like it better this way, though. Of course, I like it better backwards.
So
Catches my, handsome face better this way.
So Fly Guy, Lenny, did you guys vote today? And where did you vote? And how was the crowd?
This is for you, Don.
And Steve Don, Steve is not a fatty. Like, Steve, you can't bring on fatties for a company like that, correct?
That's
So my phone, I have my phone mirrored onto my TV so I could see, what I'm looking at.
I lost 8 pounds in 12 hours.
And the cats are sitting in front of it right now, watching it to see what's going to happen. So I usually put on the cat videos with the mice and the birds or something for them. So they're waiting for something to show up on the screen.
I said, bro, I want an upgrade. You
Really?
got that freaking machine on my house stack. You
man.
run things like 8,000 pounds.
So what do you think, FP? Who do you think is going to take it tonight?
We'll make sure. And I know. And by the way, I didn't realize.
What's
this.
your
Everyone
prediction?
Was horrified, just for people who know, because we just called some states, so we can talk shop. When you came in, I always speak when I shouldn't, and you came
What do
in.
you think,
and
FP?
had, obviously cancer and beating it. And I didn't
FP,
remember.
can you hear me?
I can't believe the first thing you said to Dan was, "Wow, cancer
Can
looks
you hear
good
me?
on you." I was like, I don't remember saying that, but I thought it was a
That
compliment.
was cool, bro.
Yeah, because
What do you think? I'm like Captain Six.
FP, could you
Who do
hear
you
us?
think's going to take it?
No.
Who do you think's going to take it tonight, FP?
Almost nothing you could say that would offend me, brother, at all. I know where your heart is. You're a good dude. So wait, let's talk some shop here, though. You got a whole team back there.
Yeah.
Give me your overall kind of, I hate the bird's eye view, whatever. But give me the macro. I'm feeling pretty freaking amazing right now, but I don't want to pop any champagne corks yet. The numbers
All right,
are
we'll skip
all
you.
for Kamala Harris.
Fred, who do you?
What's your team
Hey, Truman, who do you think's
So
going
we
to take
just
it?
got some numbers here
skip
that
here.
actually are pretty interesting as far as
Dude,
Florida.
honestly, I don't
A lot of
know.
young people
Like, I
watching
really,
right now, they
I
don't
mean,
realize that we used to stay up late,
I just don't
just
know.
to hear the results from Florida. So people are taking for granted.
It's gonna
that
be,
Florida's
it's gonna
not
be
really a swing
close
state.
for sure.
But we have the numbers. I think Gerald has
Definitely
them in
close.
front
The
of me.
country
There was
is,
an 18-point swing.
very
Was it Miami
divided,
or was it
and
Long Beach?
it's
Gerald will come in real quick.
it's a toss-up, dude. I'm not sure.
7.3. Trump is
Yeah,
leading
it's
by 11
a lot of
right
people
now.
are saying, "No, Harris can't win. Harris can't win."
Brett Broward, Biden
But
won by 29
Harris has
points.
gotten
Harris is only up by
pulled a lot of
20. Long
momentum.
Beach, Kamala is up 0.7.
Like
Biden
throughout the
won by
last
12.
since she was
These numbers are
since the
massive shifts.
DNC.
Massive
Right,
shifts.
in those counties.
And I think a big reason
she's
for it,
gained a lot of momentum.
in Florida,
Like,
there's a huge
very
percentage of Jewish
fast.
Americans obviously voting, and the
I
Hispanic
mean, I know the Trump
Americans.
campaign saying no, they got it, they got it, and
Which is what I think we're seeing, and so we're going to have
but-
our analysts there sort of lay over.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
Pennsylvania with
it's really
like her, dislike her. I mean, you have to give her credit. Like, she's been vice president for how many years, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you're, going to get thrown into running for president, and that's been all we've known for the past couple months. So yeah, I mean, like her, dislike her.
We know that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. North Carolina, Harris 51. As of right now, 51.9, Trump 46. So far, right now, Harris is up in North Carolina.
I was like, yeah, bro, you know you're white. So we love Gerald. But it makes the Trump strategy. I mentioned this earlier.
The only reason I put up in the chat part, if you're watching and would like to comment, please go to the YouTube feed. Because last time somebody commented on mine, it wasn't
didn't-
paired up,
didn't carry
and I had to
over.
read it from my Facebook page.
They're terrified of another late night ballot drop. This thing dragging till 2 in the morning, and they know if they run up the score on the East Coast, that there's simply no freaking math. If he wins PA, North Carolina, and Georgia, there's simply
did
no
all you guys
math.
in person? Did anyone do mail-in ballots? I see Lenny maybe opted to do a mail-in ballot. I know that's been in the news a lot this election cycle. Anybody do that, or did everybody go in person today?
I went in. Gina and I went in person.
If it's within 5 points in Virginia.
What about you, FP? Did you go over to West Pittsburgh?
Ideas, some indicators as far as momentum, and these states can be called early. So we have some people
today?
here who are looking at some numbers that may often be overlooked. I think that's why we have the biggest stream right now in the world, because they really are working hard back there to provide some of this data. Yeah. And CNN is not having a good night tonight. We know this could go either way. But I think people have good reason to feel pretty confident.
Did you go and vote today?
You were out there in the West Coast. The polls have not closed. Not that I'm going to change anyone's mind.
Did you go over to the Borough Building? You went over to the Borough Building, right?
Where the polling stations weren't working.
How was it when you went over?
Make sure you get everyone there who could have possibly missed voting. But yeah, there are a lot of good indicators that we see tonight. And
what was it?
I don't know, but Rumble Premium, we just launched tonight from Mud Club is Rumble Premium.
When I was there about 5 o'clock.
Adding content where
wasn't crowded at all.
It's now officially Rumble Premium. It's all one umbrella, and I know that you obviously have been on Rumble.
I think Mike and I got to our polling place here in Wilkes-Barre. Right at the in-between time, because people were going and picking up their kids from school. So
I kind of planned it that way.
We are really ecstatic to have you on Rumble Premium. I mean, you are one of the biggest live streamers in the world.
I tried to get there like right after work, kind of beat the right after work crowd. It's pretty interesting. Like as soon as I got in line, there were like maybe 20, 30 people that got in line behind me. So it seemed to make pretty good time today.
I actually took 3 days off. I'm on a 5-day weekend right now. I don't go back to work until Thursday. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, a little mini staycation.
The best part about Wisconsin is that it has 49 of the drunkest counties out of the top 50.
That sounds good, man.
That's always fun. No matter what, they're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, a lot of Yukon Jack.
Since the beginning, right, of this election, I think Wisconsin is more likely than Michigan. Being someone that's relatively
I'm having some Pennsylvania liquor tonight.
A good portion of my life in Michigan.
There you go.
Corruption, Michigan. One thing people don't like to acknowledge. When he talked about
a little early for me to start with.
He was right about them.
Well, I want to sleep tonight. So I have an interview tomorrow.
In the United States.
Oh, where at?
Look at, for example,
Chipotle.
when you look at the actual percentage of the members of the union who are
I figure, you know what? Anything is better than being in a warehouse again.
Just sit it out because they are not looking to do the will.
As long as I'm making some money.
That's all that matters.
I think that
Exactly.
Wisconsin is more inherently conservative than Michigan outside of
Knock it out of the park. Have a good interview. Good luck to you.
Is less confident. I'm not super
I just wish I got the one I had the interview for last week.
Is more likely than Michigan.
Apparently, they must have gone with somebody else.
If she thinks that Michigan is more likely.
Yeah,
I
US
haven't done any kind of customer service type stuff in over 8 years.
Sorry, I'm sorry, we didn't get your
U.S. Senate for Pennsylvania looks so far. Casey is in by 70%. McCormick 28%.
What I meant is that
so far.
That's going to be close too. That'll be a close one, I think.
I think so too.
In Milwaukee, there were a lot of discrepancies in
I'll never
I'm
understand
not
those.
worried about the people of Wisconsin. I love the people of
I'll
Wisconsin.
never understand that.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
You know what? It's funny you say that. I
I was gonna say I never understood the whole mentality. I keep voting the same way, and this keeps happening. I keep voting for the same people over and over and over again, and crime just keeps going up, and inflation just keeps going up, and I vote the way the television tells me to, and this keeps happening to me, and I don't know why. And it's like this prevailing attitude out there of that. I'm not getting into parties or anything, but just.
Because you're the state walker, by the way. Not really a rhino, someone who was pretty
I don't
conservative,
know.
was looked at for the national stage.
Everybody always seems.
Michigan in quite a while. The state legislature kind of goes back.
I will get into parties. You know what? What we're going to come down to, Elon Musk said it last night. If you missed take the time to watch Elon Musk on Joe Rogan. His interview was absolutely brilliant this time around. And Musk said it best.
because of the union strong
if you vote Democrat this time and the Democrats take it all over, you're going to have runoff elections now forever. There isn't going to be, anything Republican worth voting for. A good model of that is Chicago. If you look at a Chicago mayoral race, there's the Democrat incumbent and two Democrat challengers vying for the top spot in the primary. They call it a runoff because there's no opposition from another party. And that's basically, that's how the Soviets did it. And you have that every election in Chicago. Where it's Democrats, it's one incumbent and two challengers. So you have, okay, well, I could vote left, I could vote far left, and I could vote lunatic far left. Those are my choices, and those aren't choices.
But you don't always see that in those national elections.
So I'm an independent voter. I'm registered independent. I don't vote in primaries, and I don't, which that's another interesting thing. If it came down to that, like we had that in this city too. Mayor Brown, he ran unopposed last election, which I think is stupid. I would have ran against him just so he wouldn't have, but I can't. I'm a federal government employee. I'm constrained by the Hatch. Yeah, I'm constrained by the Hatch Act. I can't participate in a partisan election. I can vote in a partisan.
Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. But
I can't be a candidate in a partisan election. I do have political aspirations after I retire, which is only going to be like in a few more years. I'm planning on running for local public office. I have a few friends.
But Trump, on the last dump in the last hour, he's received
57. It's my intention. I want to be the first independent city councilman in Wilkes-Barre, and I would like to, before I die, be the city's first independent mayor.
That would be interesting. That would be cool. Mayor Mike,
share, and it's cutting the number he needs remaining to actually be able to win. So the trend is good in Georgia right now.
Yes, and we're providing.
You should definitely pursue that, Mikey. That would be cool, man.
Unfortunately, he can't be working for the government at the time.
No, I said after I retire. And it's not too far away now.
Donald Trump knows, so they can see that go down in real time.
I wanted to ask you guys, what was the first presidential election that you were old enough to vote in? For me, it was 2008. I turned 18 in 2006, so I voted during the Obama-McCain election in 2008. So that was my first presidential election.
I voted for Bill Clinton in 1992.
My first one I actually voted for was
your gut feeling in some of the numbers, but
first year GW ran. I forget who was running. Oh, he was running against.
I'll let you roll, but what I'm feeling right now, and what I want to say,
it was Clinton vice president. Clinton vice president.
Al Gore?
Yeah, that was the first election I voted in. I voted for GW. I voted Republican. I did.
I voted for Gore.
Now the second time I didn't vote for Bush.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, I never vote. That's why I'm."
I was actually disappointed with Clinton's first term. When it came to the election for his second term, I actually voted for Ross Perot, and I had joined the United We Stand party. Or was that what?
I met him. I met H. Ross Perot years ago at a football game. I think he since passed away, but yeah, this was like maybe.
Yeah, he's not with us
15 years ago. Yeah, met him at a college game.
Casey 67, McCormick 31. Looks like Casey's kind of has a little bit of a head, has a little bit of a lead.
We love you, man. At Rumble, you're amazing. So really, you guys have been an absolute.
Yeah, like I said, I voted for Ross Perot, joined United We Stand America. I felt it was really important to have
Send me another bottle.
If you look at other political systems around the world, other, depending on what you have, like we have a constitutional republic. You don't want a straight up democracy. You never want a straight democracy. A straight democracy, the best example, and it's like textbook example, they use it all the time, is a lynch mob. That guy's guilty. Hang him. That's the best example of a democracy. You don't want a straight up democracy. We have you want to filter it with a few things. Like I said, we're a constitutional republic. You have democratic republics. Technically, we could fall into that arena too. I had a point to all this, and now I forgot. If you go to like Britain, they have like 6 major parties.
Right. Yeah, the Labour Party, the
Whigs, the Tories, Green Party. I mean, we have that here, but the Green Party is more prolific in Britain.
They need to start. They need to actually let the Green Party be part of stuff, and instead of having Republicans, Democrats, they should give the same amount of time to the Green Party.
I agree. So go see him this I mean, Democrats and Republicans, monopolize everything. They're screaming and yelling that Kamala was on Saturday Night Live and Donald Trump wasn't given equal time, so they had to give Trump equal time. Yeah, they had to give. It's an FCC violation, actually. They had to give Trump equal time. They let him. They put him on. Let him say whatever he wants during a football game the following night. It's dumb. If you're going to do that and give equal time, you should give equal time to the libertarians. You should give, which I've been a registered libertarian too. You should give equal time to libertarians. You should give equal time to the Green Party.
I agree. Let them have their fair take too. Right, you're seeing now a picture is from the West Pittston Borough Building. Their parking lot was packed.
It's still light out?
That was no.
I'm kidding.
Outside the Borough Building, it was starting to get dark. Unfortunately,
I sent a picture of me and Mike when we went to visit. When we went to that
was my dinner.
Looks good, Jay.
9 electoral votes go to Donald Trump.
South Carolina. Trump just took South Carolina.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that it was going to Kamala before.
I got my hopes up too.
Numbers could jump at a minute. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, they could find a whole like last election. They could find a whole box of mail-in ballots that that happened a few times in 2020. It's like, wait a minute, we just found 80,000 ballots for Biden. Yeah, they were under a table. We forgot about them. That happened in a few states last election.
We'll get Lane in here. Yeah, we'll get you.
And you think I'm wrong or whatever.
Here to give us some updates.
Tonight, though, everybody has their own opinion tonight.
You want to call another state?
Okay. Well, just hit the finger just so we have it. Let's call another
They
state.
said it's Oh, there's the picture. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hey, I have a quick non-election related question for you.
What's up?
The one picture that you put up when you were in the parking lot there, that building across from the municipal building in West Pittston, did they convert that into like apartments? Like, what is that big old building?
That's now apartments.
Like upscale apartments.
I don't know if it's like low income.
Oh, okay.
But I was in there before, and they did You can still see the framework like from like when it was a warehouse.
Yeah.
It looked really neat inside, really cool.
Sorry,
Nice.
they just called Arkansas for Trump.
Florida's Trump also.
Yeah, I figured Trump or Florida would go Trump in a. I figured that.
No surprise.
Right now it's 101 electoral votes for Trump, 49 Harris.
It's still a long way to 270.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're letting you know exactly.
And still Pennsylvania is trending towards Democrat.
They don't really necessarily want to tell you. So North
Well,
Carolina.
we saw
It looks
Georgia
like-
flip around.
It looks like the major
Oh, that closed. That was a much bigger.
The
gap than
major,
it goes. It's only 14%
counties
Yeah, only 14%
are going blue.
Where they have. Well, it depends on which districts are coming.
That's
in.
not with everything counted.
Here
So.
out there.
Oh yeah, they said it could take as long as a week to count Pennsylvania, which is just crap. You know, we should just go back to.
They're actually saying we should know like by tomorrow for Pennsylvania. And that's mainly because of all the write-ins, the late starts.
Looks like Trump is going to take Georgia. He's up 55 to 44. But that's been flipping back and that flipped back and forth at least 4 or 5 times.
1 hour from right now, it is 8:33 p.m. Go to crowdershop.com and get 24% off.
Looks like
Trump hat.
Yeah.
Do it now.
And I'm not going to scare you guys because the truth is, so many of you
statewide so far, Harris still has it for Pennsylvania so far.
That's what I'm seeing.
This morning, but this guarantees the more you go to Crowder Shop or the more you.
Yeah, she's according to this, she's up she's at 71.4%, and Trump is at 27.7%.
Let the one account, or let's see.
We have some undercover footage.
Overall, Bob Casey 70.5 to Dave McCormick 27.4.
Just kind of set it up. So the polls have closed in Philadelphia, obviously. So the ballots are being moved from drop boxes around.
It's amazing how much media coverage Northeast PA gets during these presidential elections, especially the past few years. Like, we're like barely on the map until it's a presidential election, and then like everybody's coming here. There's all this buzz. And
oh yeah, we're the
pretty
we
crazy.
truly are the Keystone State when it comes to an election. Past 8 or 9, about like the past 8 years.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
I've noticed too. Like if I tell somebody I'm from Wilkes-Barre, oh, is that near Scranton?
Yeah.
That's the first thing they say. Is that anywhere near Scranton?
About maybe half-hour drive.
Which, by the way, that's my
Sure.
place.
Yes.
Yeah, right down the road.
Well, hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah, sometimes it takes me half an hour to get to South Wilkes-Barre. So
With hourly workers, I don't think that's a good idea.
You're the electric state. We're the diamond city.
If I go Scranton the back way, like through DuPont, I can get there in like 10 minutes. 15 tops.
Well, Harris picked up some more electoral votes. She's up to 52 electoral votes. What I see so far is she has Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland.
she got Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, because Jersey was actually Jersey went swing state this election because there was quite a bit of support for Trump there. That could have went either way.
What I'm waiting for is New York.
There's no way.
That's
I know a lot of people are PO'd because of the illegal immigrants that were all bust up there.
Oh, the sanctuary city, thing. Yeah, there are a lot of people.
Understand.
Yes. No, I know.
I wouldn't want our city to be overrun.
It wasn't like people were, around us.
And practically a night.
It was great. I would love to
And
have a conversation with them.
not be able to get anything for myself,
You have Lane the Branch.
but have them have everything handed to them.
Bring him in.
That's
where it needs to be.
That's how I feel.
We have it in
I don't mind if they're immigrants. It's that they're here illegally. I'm sorry, undocumented.
No, they're illegal. I mean, that's the first act that they committed was crossing the border illegally at a non-checkpoint. But at the same time, I mean, like, we're a sanctuary state. Most people don't realize that. Pennsylvania works it differently. Pennsylvania doesn't have sanctuary cities. It has sanctuary counties. It just so happens that where those counties are, that's where the large cities are. Bucks County, Philadelphia. Bucks County is a sanctuary county. Lehigh County, Allentown. I forget the county. What the name of the county is that Pittsburgh's in, but they are
Allegheny. Allegheny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. They do have they have sanctuary status. I believe Scranton does too, and Lackawanna County has sanctuary status.
Did they say that?
If I may be wrong about that one, but I know as a fact, Lehigh and Bucks. Lehigh and Bucks County definitely are sanctuary status.
Okay, QB, come here.
So sorry, you're bringing up the Georgia graph.
Yes. So on that graph, that red bar is showing the percentage of votes that Republicans have got of the last jump, however often we're refreshing. Usually about every hour we'll refresh this. And so within the last jump, Republicans have gotten, or Trump has gotten 57.2%.
Suffice it to say, this is the real poll. This is the one that matters.
The vote that needs to
What
get
one?
shared.
The one we're living through tonight.
Oh, I thought you meant you're watching something. Like you're watching something.
No, the poll that really matters is the actual election.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In 2016, right up until they called it for him, every major poll, Rasmussen, Wall Street Journal, all of them, they showed Trump being down 10 points. Right up until they.
Kamala
Right
got
up
up to 71 now. Hold on, what's she got?
On the counties, or?
Yeah, on the counties.
Yeah, we sent them in. They should be on.
And that's the thing. Trump could be up right now, like high,
Jewish voting population,
and then all of a sudden,
Hispanic, of course.
With those
Harris could slide, like depending on how the vote tally, Harris could take it, like slide right past them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's one.
Oh, she got Illinois.
Oh, that's no surprise though.
Well, that's why she's up to. It's 101 Trump, 71 Harris.
Pennsylvania. Again, this is exclusive.
Okay, it's still anybody's game.
I think, honestly, I think Nebraska has the best model for this, for electoral votes. Nebraska has it split in half. They have electoral votes for Lincoln, and then they have electoral votes for the rest of the state.
So it looks bad.
That way, their major city can't carry the entire state. If you look at California, like Northern California, like Modesto and cities like that, that's like deep red.
That's right.
And it's the San Fernando Valley and the Bay Area that carries the entire state because of population. Same with Washington. Most of Washington is deep red. But Seattle carries the whole state because it's their population center.
Correct. That was entirely expected, and it's still showing Democrats.
So I really think like when you have major cities like that, that's what you should do. I mean, come on, New York City is over 8 million people.
Yeah.
Right.
Which would be about
kind of an imbalance there, right?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't represent the entire state.
Yeah,
if you were looking for good trends, they're there. So
New York is a big state too. I mean, I was just in upstate New York over the weekend, and
well, that's where you were at. That's why you didn't join our show.
Yes, the truth comes out.
He lied to
area.
us.
I had plans. I'm sorry.
By area,
Steph
New York's
chimes
huge.
in. I'm still watching. No, he ain't here, but I'm still watching. Cool. Steph's in the house.
Yep, she was in the house.
Because of the Asian fish. Does that extend to Indians for you?
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, generally.
CNN is showing Trump 105, Harris 27.
I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the guys like the Asian ladies. Now, if you're a woman who likes
Really?
Asian men,
Let's see what ABC has.
CNN.
CNN, yeah.
Okay, we can abstain. Is there anything else that we need to know?
But we'll be watching all this.
Like I
Because
said, I'm
they-
watching the Associated Press as things come in.
So before,
It tells us.
and this is also why we love working.
Well, I'm watching Crowder, but he taps into CNN to basically to like riff off of whatever they're doing.
To make
What's
fun of
that?
Yes, the Jewish research.
Yeah, like I said, to riff off what they're doing.
Anything else, it's like, take it or leave it.
Steve, you have to remember these are the same people.
Let's see what
There's always some kind of
See what
factoid about the Holocaust.
ABC has.
But I get it. It was a big deal.
Yeah, according
But yeah,
Somebody who's
Yes,
working in
you got to factor in that Kamala's going to take the entire West Coast. You know, Kamala's going to
Not
take Washington.
necessarily.
Absolutely, she's going to take Washington State, Oregon, and California together. I think they're like 60 or I forget how many electoral votes. You got to factor that in right off the top.
Yeah, ABC News has Harris at 27, Trump at 105.
Before that, you're very cautiously optimistic. We really do try and call balls.
And like I said, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's this is we're not even at 9 o'clock yet.
Right.
You know, there's still voting happening all across the country. I mean, it's only basically East Coast where voting is closed.
Right.
So that means that Trump did really well on the East Coast. That doesn't mean that he's going to go the distance and take states.
Right.
I just want to see numbers.
And like I said, anything can happen.
Atlanta, Detroit,
Now, I mean, here's the thing. Hypothetically, okay, hypothetically, if Trump takes it,
Yes.
That's where all the cheating goes on. Yeah.
you guys think he will do better than he did in 16, or the same, or how do you hypothetically?
Down from YouTube, and if you're watching on YouTube, you should head on over to Rumble.
Honestly, I feel Trump is probably better for our country,
Oh, I thought it was going to be about your bias and tries.
especially for the border.
I'll write that down next time.
Yep, Lenny, that's
For
true.
Trump to win the popular vote on poly market is actually
Up until about a month ago, Kamala didn't have any kind of
Check in after Russell Brand. We've got
policies
Russell in like 1 minute, and we'll check in with
that she was talking about,
So we can't take a break before Russell.
which is what
You're stuck in that chair.
really kept me away from
Because my
her.
voice is clearly gone.
Not yet. It's
Everything she was saying was Trump is bad.
Okay, so we thank
Trump
you
is a
very much,
Nazi.
And you can just call in from.
And
Also,
that
the
doesn't
lies.
take- that just
The audience wants to see more updates.
makes me not want to
And by the
vote
way,
for somebody
everyone,
because
let them know that
they're
you love
saying
them and
shit
thank
like
them.
that.
They've been putting
But at
in
the
work.
same time,
And the fact that
they're doing the same thing to her. They're doing
look
it back
at
and
look
forth.
at the Madison Square Garden thing. When Biden got on and said every Trump supporter is garbage.
Is it German?
I don't think we want to reveal that, but
Yeah, I admit he should not have pulled that. But
And that's one of those. It's like really.
But here's the thing. How many times has Trump bashed Democrats, called them this, called them
That too,
that?
yes.
So why is like Trump we're getting mad at Biden when Trump does it all the time? It's like
It's not really bashing when it's true.
but, you
I
know, but
mean,
you know
the
what?
policies that the Democrats are pushing right now are socialist. You know, Medicare for all is a socialist policy. Trust me, I have dealings in it. You don't want Medicare for all. That's not a good idea. You don't want government making health decisions for you.
Well, for one thing,
Ask any Canadian.
Medicare for all. That means your taxes are going to go up because you're paying for it.
There's so many
That's-
people out here.
I hate to
That
say
is
it.
one thing.
Overflow of people
I mean,
right
I
now.
know
So
we're
much
paying
work
for
to be able to put this on. And there's a huge
sex
team that
changes
they-
for
thank you to
inmates.
all of you guys out there doing that.
The
And
law
thank you to
is
everybody
that
signing up for
it's
Rumble for You
something that's
tonight. We wanna make this a
life-saving.
huge
If it's a
launch.
life-saving
Make sure you go sign up for
surgery.
that. Trump 47 gets
Not an
$10 off.
elective surgery.
It's going to be a phenomenal offering. You're not going to have to go
It
anywhere else.
shouldn't
All the
be.
entertainment
They
you
shouldn't
want.
be giving.
But let me give you a really quick Senate update because
Sex
Ted Cruz
changes.
is obviously battling it out with Colin Allred in the state of Texas.
But I mean,
For a
like
little
too,
bit,
like
Senate
what
CNN,
the point I
this
was
is
getting
why I
at
wanted
is
to
like,
start
okay, if
with
Trump
this.
calls Kamala a socialist,
I don't like the Roosevelt statutes.
there's a level of truth to that because those people are pushing socialist policy.
Guys, can you give me an update on what's
To
going on
just
in Texas?
arbitrarily say, oh,
Cruz,
Trump's
and they
Hitler,
sent it to me,
Trump's
they
a
said,
Nazi,
it's not-
or Trump's
he's not.
Hitler and his supporters are all Nazis.
And they didn't have
That's
that
completely
information up when we
unfounded.
had access to it, right?
So what are you saying?
Right now,
Because,
Hitler is up
I mean,
1.9%,
when did Trump
I
push for
believe.
genocide?
Yeah, so he's up 1.9%.
You know, I mean, that's
And this is something
it's
that
hyperbole.
poured a ton of
They
resources
called
and a ton of
Pat
manpower
Buchanan
into
when he was running for
But
United We
something
Stand
that I would
America.
watch,
I remember they were calling him a Nazi all over the press. Totally untrue. They called Ronald Reagan a Nazi. They called George Bush a Nazi. They called George Bush II a Nazi. Pretty much, I mean, that's just how to demonize somebody in this country. You know, I believe in Nazi, but I was only trying to say Nazi, Hitler. And it's become so hyperbolic that it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah. In any election cycle, I mean, you're going to have, you know, a lot of mudslinging, name calling, a lot of division. You know, yeah. I mean, it just comes with the territory, unfortunately. But
yeah,
I wish they would just
this
stick
election
to what their
cycle,
policies are.
I mean, absolutely. You know, just present yourself in the most, you know, professional, presidential kind of way. You know, be true to yourself. I really think if Trump could just kind of compose himself a little, I mean, you're never going to change him. He's all like he is who he is. You
He's
know?
too old to change.
And that's okay. I mean, he is who he is. But like when it comes to national security, I mean, you're always going to have conflict in the world. It's unfortunate. I wish there could be peace and harmony and all that good stuff. I really do. I just hope that like he has the gumption. You know, he really has that ability to be diplomatic and to try to end this conflict and the suffering and, you know, for everybody involved. And hopefully prices will come down, you know, within our economy. I mean, we're all sick of paying out the ass for groceries, for gas, you know, for everyday items and stuff like that. It's tough. People are struggling.
When I go to the store, What's up, Skeptical Science? Thanks for hanging in with us tonight. Appreciate it. Here's the thing: like when I go to the grocery store, I'll buy for like 2 weeks, and I spend, depending on what I have to get, anywhere between $80 to $120.
How do you do that?
What was that?
How do you do that?
I just
make concessions, right, Jay? You probably put stuff back, like.
Here's what I do. I'll go and buy like the 12-pack of chicken thighs. For what? Like chicken was down. I mean, I'm paraphrasing now, but like chicken, like thighs for chicken tenders, or I mean, that I got a 4-pack. I did on the stove tonight. 4-pack of chicken was under like $6 over at Garrity's. Like,
so I don't know.
I'll get a dozen eggs for $2.99 a dozen. I'll make that last about a week and a half. How quick I go through eggs. Like now I burn through soda a lot still. That's me. But like I don't. I'll buy the big box, like say like the breakfast size where I just throw it in the microwave or throw it in the air fryer. I don't go crazy. Once in a while, when I know the girlfriend's coming over, we'll buy steaks. You know, we'll do either in the air fryer or in the fall, go on the grill. I don't go crazy. I don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, I'm in Miami right now.
I mean, there's times I buy, and now there's times I smell more because my fridge is bare. It's bare. But for the most part, average, I don't spend more than 120 for 2 weeks.
I see not a weed whacker amongst them.
Yeah, and I mean, Jay, like, you know, sometimes you need to treat yourself. You know, you need to go out with the GF and, you know, spend some money and have a nice steak or, you know, whatever. We do it. My wife does too. Sometimes, you know, we get takeout and it's like $40, $50. We're only two people. It's like, wow, that was an expensive takeout bill, but, you know, we were able to do it. We don't do it every night. So.
Skeptical Science, thanks for chiming in. Ground beef has about doubled from $1.99. Well, depending on what grade you're buying, yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Now over at Redner's, they have this 5-meat deal for $25. You can get hamburger. I think it's like 70-30. It's not like 80. It's like 70-30. You get things you get like hamburger, you get chicken, you can get the bag of the 30 meat, the bag of like 30 meatballs. You can get the filth. You can get like a box of hamburger, like the frozen burger patties.
On the line tonight, like
you could get
sense of heaviness or consequence.
Also, I think they have like the steak sandwich, like minute steaks. Oh, no. But see, to me, I don't have to get 80. Is it good? Does it taste a little better? Yeah, sure. Yeah. But I don't have to get 80-20. I'll get 70-30. And to me, I could season it. I can make it still taste good. I buy where the hell is FT hiding? Somewhere. He's out in the valley somewhere. It's I go now.
He's looking like the Blair Witch Project. Lost in the woods.
The FP project.
The FP project.
Oh, speaking of the chief, I just did my last video clip for my cheesesteak NEPA project series for the last video of the year. So I just have to blend it all together. So that's between home cooking and going out. You would like that, Fred. You'll like that video.
Oh yeah.
I go now. The nice thing, like my bottled water, like the Propel. I don't have a card to Sam's Club, but my sister does. She'll get me like the 24-pack of Propel water, and that helps me because I'm not spending. Like Garrett used the Propel water for like 12. I think it's like $9 or $10, give or take $1 somewhere. I don't know the exact, but that's. She picked up my water from Sam, so
I shop a lot at Weiss, and I look for the reduced for quick sale stuff. I ended up getting a couple of bone-in pork roasts for a little over $2 a pound, or $2 each, I should say. And they're all about like 3 to 4 pounds.
I used to give you so much crap.
What I also do, instead of buying like 3 different pounds of lunch meat, I just buy one. I used to do that. I'd buy like cooked ham, bologna,
altruistic, but once you
whatever
realize
else.
That they're not, and that's what I used to say. There was never any hatred or animosity because I understood.
And honestly, lunch meats are getting really expensive.
Where I had experienced it, but here's one thing I will say because I know that you.
I remember my mom used to give me like $2. Go up to the corner store and get me a pound of ham.
Oh yeah, you'll never
get me $2 worth of ham, and you'd walk out of there and there's like this much ham in the container.
It is true.
And that was for a family of 6.
Is the primary difference. And tell me if you give this some credence.
It didn't last. I mean, it was a couple sandwiches, but still.
I would be lying if I said I've never seen porn. I would be lying if I said there's no sexual temptation. I think that imbibing too much alcohol.
That's how I do. I just watch what I buy. I don't go crazy. I like I said, I still buy like.
Look at
I can't stand like the pork turkey, like the pork turkey chicken dogs.
Yeah,
I cannot stand. I freaking hate them. I have to buy the all beef dogs, and they're like they can be $67 a pack for 8 to 10 depending. I'm like, you know what?
Hey, look, we don't have a problem.
I'm going to splurge on that because
every single time they go anywhere near the border,
I was like, what the hell's Mike doing? I need to cut that.
It's not are people hypocritical. People can be hypocritical because they fall short of standards. People can also be hypocritical simply because they're lying and they don't believe in those standards.
Yeah, Jolene, that's
a good idea.
And it's true. Every single Christian
is it is cheaper to buy it like as a slab than
slice it down.
That's some good analysis.
It's
what I suppose is like the significant change since
but,
coming to
that's how I do it. And I literally said unless I know the girlfriend's coming over the weekend, I usually don't spend more than 120 for 2 weeks of food.
Combine and align contradictory ideas. I'm living my life from a state of surrender.
Years ago, Jolene, jump on what Jolene said. Years ago, and I wish I'm going back when I was in the States. I'm going back 30 years. My dad had an old school, old-fashioned meat slicer down in our cellar. So on Sundays, he'd do like a big roast in the oven, take it downstairs, slice it up thin, and it's just so good. But I just rather vote for Trump, who has a plan to get prices back on the way down. Here's the thing, though. Partially, I don't know if he can, because it's the distributors that are high pricing the grocery stores that have to turn around and high price the consumer. Now the distributors have to pay for gas and stuff like that. I get it, but it's the distributors are charging high prices to the grocery stores. So grocers have to turn around and charge high prices to make back their profit. To us being the consumer.
And once they found that you're willing to pay for something, they don't come down on it.
Oh yeah, no, hey, we're willing to pay, $5 for a pack of hot dogs. They're going to sell for $5. They're not going to know whatever it is.
Yeah. I just saw an article. I think it was last week that soda is like making a comeback. For a period of time, it was like people were stopping drinking soda because of the unhealthy, all the sugar and all that kind of stuff.
But I never stopped.
Now, yeah, I mean, I didn't either, Jay. I have to have a soda every so often. So but the article I read was like, soda's making a comeback. So people are buying. Yeah, I mean, people are buying soda, but soda is mad expensive. Like a 12-pack of Coke, like $10 for one 12-pack.
This is like $1.10.
What we used to be able to get for like $3.
But I mean, this is just straight up seltzer, and I mix this in with it.
But I will tell you, there's not the same confidence. There's less
confidence. And I basically get a crushed soda.
It's a good point. We do have the leftist meltdown alert. We have
it's really good. Try it.
Numbers and also washing
the best thing with the drops that you put in the water and that they're sugar free.
Yeah.
And we have some real.
You don't have to worry about it.
I mean, that's a compliment, but real.
And they taste as good or better. I'm to the point.
Hey, Russell, I know
you're right.
So where's the best place for
well, I'm so far removed from sugar. I've had diabetes since 2016, and I'm so far. Like my favorite was like Reese's peanut butter cups. Like we just got past Halloween. People had candy out all over the place where I work, and I scanned up 2 Reese's cups, because I miss them so much. They're my favorite. And when I ate them, it's like they're not as good as I remember. It's like when sugar is actually an addiction, and once you break the addiction, you really, after like a year or two, sugar doesn't taste very good to you anymore.
Michigan,
we have to be in the mood for something sugary.
Harris is up in Michigan so far.
I absolutely will.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing. I see that Trump is up in Maine.
I'm telling you,
that's
Russell,
weird.
You're gonna have to tell that one to go home because she will work all night. I know.
From what I'm seeing on the AP map, Trump is up in Maine, Virginia,
North Carolina,
Georgia,
right,
Ohio, North Dakota, and Texas.
Well, Ohio's deep red. Dakota's deep red.
Texas is
purple.
And Kamala is up in New Hampshire, Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, you knew he was going to take Texas. That was a given.
Not really. You have so many transplants from California and Texas right now, and that's the thing. Like they leave California because of Democrat socialist policies, and they go to another state and start voting Democrat all over again. It's like, why'd you leave? Don't come here and start crap. I mean, as far as like living in Texas or living in other red states that are happy to be red. I mean, if you want like they actually have like an app out there. It's a poop detector for San Francisco, So you don't
All right.
step in human feces.
Well, it's now 120 to 99.
Yeah, they just called Texas.
I didn't get Texas. I got Wyoming.
I don't know if you guys
Trump.
can see that or not.
No.
It's,
Here's what I have.
I want to chime in on capital science for a minute. He brought up about fuel prices.
They don't screw you like a lot of coal companies out there. I've said too much.
Oh, Cartwright's beating Bresnahan.
I had to talk to you about this. And you're like,
Okay.
look, I can't sleep at
All
night.
right.
I'm like, no,
Harris
find
got
the
New
right
York.
company. Like, all right, if you find the right company, I'll be willing to talk about it.
Yes.
And we
Well,
find the right
again,
company.
that's really no surprise.
We absolutely have. And by the way, I'm not joking. I threw that.
Skeptical Science
then-
chimed in about fuel prices. Now, going back
It's worth a lot.
before George W. Bush bombed Iraq, okay, I remember this till the day I died. Over in Exeter, at the Turkey Hill, where I go at all the time, gas was $1. Or no, I'm gonna go back more. Like when we were in high school, gas was like 99 cents a gallon, depending where you went.
No, it was like more like 75 cents.
Oh, place I
You're
went
gonna go
was
back
like-
to high school. It was about.
happening right now, but also
I remember gas being like
Yeah, I don't
65,
know. I didn't get my
75
license until I was
cents.
28.
Yeah, I remember around like $1, like 99. It was a little Sunoco. I think it's around, I don't know, 87 was like 99. Anyway, it was like under a buck,
in North Carolina,
like about a buck a gallon.
within the last half hour.
And that's
We
when
got
we were
North
in
Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Nebraska all went for Trump.
The Reuters API did a little bit.
When I got
Jay,
married,
just
I got
for
married
some
in 02.
contrast.
That's an important.
Wyoming went
Go to
for
North
Trump.
Carolina. Let's see. Okay, so hold on. Can we just
just hover right there. Oh, hover over the entire.
Jay,
yeah,
back
hover
in
right there.
summer of 2022, Pennsylvania's highest recorded average gas price was $5.07. Like it actually went up that high.
But here-
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
Katrina.
So that could really go. That's way
Yep.
too early to tell.
What happened was, like, it was like back in when me and Mike were like in high school, it was 99 cents, and it was under a buck. Before, I can't remember if Bush bombed Iraq before I was married or after I was married. Can't remember. But before Bush bombed Iraq, over in Turkey Hill in Exeter, the gas was $1.27. So it went from 99 cents to when me and Mike were in high school. It took how long to get to? I got married in 02. It took that long to get $1.27. Bush bombs Iraq. The next day, that Turkey Hill was like almost $5 a gallon. It was like 4 and change. Literally within a day.
I'm not laughing.
And,
You guys. I hope you're wrong.
Don't laugh at me when I said Biden is going to finish.
It's like it came down to like it started creeping down afterwards, and then like it never went below $3 a gallon until the pandemic last year for 19. It dropped back to like a buck or under $2 or something. But then it went right back up when the country opened up again. And like I said, with the exception of the pandemic, I've never seen gas go below $3 a gallon.
It was the deep state trying to whack this guy.
I wish it was 35 cents a gallon.
We'll stop it now.
When I turned 16,
I want to believe you guys, and I do. I think this is
about maybe $1.25 a gallon.
No, absolutely.
That's the
I agree with
lowest
that.
I
Listen,
remember
I'm
it.
not gonna personally, I won't go to bed.
And that was
It could be a
over
landslide.
20 years ago.
Until we're calling this
Right.
election.
And then it-
might take a nap, but we have a long way to go.
Oh, God, I get cocaine all
It
over.
sounded like Harvey Firestein.
So I've got an update.
Now-
If we want to talk remembering prices. When I was a little kid, every Sunday my mother would take me up to Burger King up by the mall after church, and where we sat, there was this is back then they had ashtrays at the table. You could sit and smoke there. I mean, I was 5 years old. I wasn't going to smoke, but I remember underneath the bus area, like where the garbage cans are,
Right.
like under the kitchen window part, the side window, and the doorway to the kitchen, there was a cigarette machine.
Oh, way
and
before
then-
that I remember.
And the cigarettes in the cigarette machine were 55 cents a pack. This is when I was 5 years old, so you're going back about 47 years.
Okay, yeah.
I can remember gas being like 50 and 60 cents a gallon. It depends. During the oil embargo, the OPEC oil embargo, where you had my mother, I believe, had an odd number at the end of her license plate. Odd numbers had to go certain days of the week. Even numbers had to go other days of the week. It was like every other day, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because everything closed on the weekend. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you had, the even numbers can go to the gas station. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Saturday would only be like half a day. Then the odd numbers can go. And Sunday everything was closed when I was a kid, without exception. Everything, if it's not a church or a restaurant, it was closed. No mall, no stores open. Wilkes-Barre City, the only thing open in the city were restaurants and churches.
Oh, I don't know. I remember Boss Cubs being open on Sundays.
Not when we were little.
Yeah, because my parents used to take us down for the food counter.
Okay, well there you go. They had the lunch counter. That's why.
Was it still called McCrory's? I think back in the day.
Boss Cubs has always been Boss Cubs. McCrory's.
No.
Oh, it was called the Boston store.
It was the Boston store.
The Boston store. Yeah.
The old signage is still there.
Which was expected, right? So we have to wait.
I'm trying to remember where McCrory's was.
That was the Five and Dime. It was technically not McCrory's. It was the Five and Dime store, and it was next door on closer to the square.
That was
There
Woolworth.
there wasn't a McCrory's downtown.
I think we had a McCrory's in Pittston, and the Pittston platform on the bypass. I'm pretty sure I remember McCrory's in there, even when I was a kid. I think.
My mother used to take me there for haircuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to request it because the beautician there, she had a habit of when she would like wash my hair, she'd kind of like straddle me and then put stuff in my face while she was rinsing me and stuff, and I just really, as a 13-year-old, I just really enjoyed that.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I hated haircuts, but I didn't mind when she did it.
Your mom's probably like, "Why do you want to get your hair cut so bad?"
Oh, who did Trump pick up? Because it's 137 now.
ABC has him at 154, Harris 30.
Yeah.
Well, what I have on the Associated Press, Trump has 137 electoral votes and Harris has 99. I'm going to show you right now.
You mean like, well, you're in the actual Northwest.
Okay.
The Northwest Territories in Canada?
And this is what I'm liking, because as soon as everything gets verified, it comes right through. The state lights up as either blue or red.
To Pennsylvania, the state in America. On your mark, get set, go. Do something useful. Go.
So there's a lot going on.
Go.
Still tight. And both can't see reason.
I'm just trying to see, who did he get?
Byron gets on the ground in Ashburn. You can see they so much work ahead of them.
What I have here is Trump has North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and West Virginia. Harris has Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, New York, and Illinois.
Yeah, the thing is, all the blue wall states are still in play. CNN has Pennsylvania leaning red.
Well, it's still leaning blue.
According to ABC, it's she still has up in PA.
And I remember I didn't say, "Oh, John King." Not because I didn't recognize
It's
him, but I
leading
never
blue
saw-
still
You know,
on
what-
Associated
When
Press.
Danny Zuko goes like this. That's John.
And it looks
It's
like
wow.
the counties that have the most electoral
He's shaped like baby geniuses.
votes are the ones that are leaning blue.
Bizarre. I don't know if it's a Boston or a Bartlett, but the
Well,
one that has the really
CNN
high
just
end.
had it's 154 to 30 Trump up,
What? No.
like
That's
total
what-
electoral
I'll
votes.
That's
show
what
you the
ABC is
Pennsylvania one
showing.
for AP.
Do you think that when they role play, he goes, "Oh, I heard you."
So ABC is following CNN.
Yeah, I'm 99.
Yeah, they're showing her. Actually, now they're coming up with new numbers. They're showing Kamala's up in every blue wall state.
Right, they're going back to PA.
But every one of these states can turn at any moment. So
Right,
you don't
yeah.
know.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, Trump's gonna win. Trump's gonna win." That's what they said in
Trump's
2020.
way up in North Carolina.
Hold up, but I'm saying like back in 2020, like, "Oh, Trump's gonna get it," and then like Biden just
And Trump's way up in Georgia.
Is it still DDoS attack, the electionintegritymap.com? Okay, so it's been under attack, but we have all of this that we are providing to you here live. So if you want that data, I guess you have to
Lackawanna
tune in
County,
and make it available. And of course, you can still,
Harris is up in
report
Lackawanna
at
County,
LWC
55
tips
to
at
44.
protonmail.com, because we do have our boots on the ground right
Luzerne
now.
County,
Checking everything out, and look,
58
we always
to
have- it's always
58 Harris,
slow
41
going when it
Trump.
starts, and then when it gets wild and woolly, they're going to be calling some states. They're going to be trying to push you one way, and we're going to say, not on my watch. I don't have a watch.
So wait, Bucks County, they have Harris winning Bucks County so far.
I did pull up
Harris
Chatham County
64
because Nick
to
kept bringing it up. I
Trump
wanna see it. It's
Oh,
in
really?
main map.
34.
Looking at what Skeptical Science said,
And you hadn't brought it up?
About what?
they're right.
All right.
Also, Biden sold off a lot of our
Okay, so
reserve.
the next, we have Chatham County, Georgia.
Yeah, he stole this. Basically, Trump restocked the strategic oil reserve, and he did it at like
Which
two
is supposed to
something
be
a
for our
gallon.
military.
Military emergencies.
Emergencies.
Biden sold it off basically to, and also injected it into the oil, the supply. Especially like during the midterm last time to try to bring down the price of gas before the midterm elections. He tapped the
Texas
strategic
has
oil.
officially gone to Trump.
Yeah, you knew that was. I knew that was. I figured that was going to happen.
So I got closer to him.
We're at 177 to 99 right now.
The thing is, we're trying to restock the strategic oil reserve at higher gas prices. I mean, it's costing more money to replace it than it did, to build it up.
I'm trying to find it. There was Trump made a very bad deal with OPEC, and that didn't help us either. I'm trying to find that video clip.
Didn't actually really matter because
Exactly.
he got
Science.
Trump got Anwar. Trump got freaking. I mean, you're talking like we were actually. He got us not. We weren't dependent on foreign oil anymore, and he got us to the point where we were an energy, like oil and natural gas. We were an energy exporter, and we were profiting off of selling our energy reserves, which is where you want to be. But yeah, even Reagan couldn't get the Anwar Alaska reserves, and Trump negotiated, permission to drill there. Anyway, I mean, as far as like energy goes, as far as you can't, the border. I mean, you can't touch the guy there.
Donald Trump is going to do on day one of his presidency. Number 7, Gerald Morgan.
All right, he's going to convert the White House kitchen to a McDonald's.
That's
pretty good. I think that.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Now,
And I'm keeping the weight off.
Harris is claiming if she wins, she wants to cut taxes for the middle class. She wants to help first-time home buyers. Stuff like that sounds pretty good. I mean, it does sound good.
You got to understand, though, giving money to first-time home buyers, that's going to come out of your taxes.
Yeah, the money's going to come somewhere, but just talking
it's got to
like
come from somewhere. It's got to come out of the tax money that we're paying in. I mean, we're already giving all of our tax money, or a lot of our tax money, towards immigrants, whether they're here legally or illegally. I mean, yeah, I can understand trying to help them out, but think about all of our homeless people here in the United States. They're not getting that kind of help. They're not getting the kind of help that a lot of these immigrants, mostly the illegal ones, are getting.
Now, years ago, now I don't know if it's still this way today, but years ago, when I lived in East End, so I'm going back years and years and years ago, I used to run out. I had I had a Blazer. I had a 4-wheel drive Blazer. And when we had the big snowstorms, I would help I'd go help pick up nurses, take them to the general hospital because I lived in East End, stuff like that.
Right.
And there were homeless there were vets that were living that refused to go to shelters. They refused to help. I'm like, and I couldn't wrap my head around, like, let me take you to a place where you could have a warm place to sleep. You could have a hot meal. Why would you want to stay out in the cold? How you doing, Nathan Finn? Thanks for
yes, Ohio is red, Nathan. It actually did get called as a Trump state.
Now, my only thing is, the hell you doing, FP? You've been, I can't hear you. Yeah, okay.
I think you're muted. I think you muted yourself.
Are you muted, FP? We can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
You're pretending to talk, aren't you? Oh, laryngitis. Okay. Here, I'll show you the map right now again, Nathan.
It is, David. History made here in Delaware. Lisa Blunt Rochester becoming the first Black woman to win a Senate.
If you're not sure, this is the Associated Press, their election map.
AssociatedPress.com?
I went into the Google search and put in the 2024 U.S. election results, and that popped right up. You don't have to go into an app or anything. It's right there under the Google search. It tells you who's leading in each state, and then it'll tell you who won in each state. Yeah, all I typed in was 2024 U.S. election results.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow too. Like, you know, I mean, it's still pretty early, but a lot of states have been called. You know, so you could see if you're looking at that Associated Press map. You know, certain states are like in bold, like dark red. Others are in dark blue. You know, so that'll kind of indicate if the state's been called one side or the other. So yeah, pretty easy to follow.
I'm looking at it now on Bing. Okay, so PA, it's 58 Harris, 41 Trump. Iowa, 58 Harris, 40 Trump. Missouri. Oh wait, shit. Hold on.
See, I just have it up for all states, and it shows me when it's brighter, it's who took that state.
Yeah, so she got Illinois.
When it's like when it's kind of muted, Illinois. When it's like a darker, they're leading in that state so far. From what they have
dark blue, they pretty much like the light blue.
If you're looking at that map right now,
I am.
PA, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico. They're all in that dark blue.
No, they're light blue. Well, my screen they're light blue.
Well, they're not highlighted.
Right.
They are the ones that they're just leading in.
New Mexico, like, it's really close. Harris has 51.
I know if you click on it, you can see. Yeah.
Yeah, about 40 minutes ago, North Carolina was like that too. It was blue, light blue, and now it's light red.
It's
about 10 minutes ago, it was dark red. So yeah, I mean, the numbers are coming in. You know.
Yeah, it's really close in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's 50% Trump, 48%.
And is there anything else that you're seeing there on the ground as far as good news?
That's super close right there. Wow.
Georgia, 52, Trump, 46. That's close.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Trump has a pretty much overlead, 60-38.
Trump's running against the whole state?
Yes.
You might as well.
Minnesota, Trump has 70, Harris has 27. So those two states I could see flipping red, like going full red.
Minnesota's like a miniature version of Canada.
But if you don't know what you're seeing, it can also spin up and out of control. So,
Lenny, is that the one where Julia is the president?
Older and wiser since 2020.
Yeah, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah, she's the vice president.
Is she the president or she's the VP?
She's the VP. The VP. It's a good show, funny show.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate the work that you are doing, and we obviously.
I know she was funny on Seinfeld. I didn't care for Seinfeld too much, but she actually was the funnier character.
Yeah, I couldn't get into Seinfeld. I tried. I just couldn't.
I liked
Seinfeld.
that better than Friends.
Oh,
I was going to say Seinfeld ranked right up there with Friends for me. You know, so
I really didn't care for Friends.
I liked.
Except for how you doing?
Say Jersey was called. Did she just say that New Jersey was called?
It's
I know I heard that. I don't know. I don't know because I
the Soup Nazi episodes I liked it in Seinfeld. The soup
I did like the Soup Nazi.
No
He
soup
like
for
he
you.
said, no soup for you.
Get the truth. What do you mean get the truth? What do you mean get the truth?
And then
Jay, I was going to say, like, I mean, of course, I want you to be healthy, but if you ever find yourself, you know, on the couch for a couple hours, maybe you got a cold little sinus thing going on, just sit there with a blanket and just watch Seinfeld, and you'll just be like, right where you need to be. It's a show about nothing, right?
You know what though?
Pointless show,
I'm
but it's
feeling
still great.
sick and have to lay on the couch and that. I like to watch my murder mysteries.
Murder, yeah, oh yeah, there you go.
I've been watching the last couple of days the Murder Files.
Let's see, that's 45% of the expected votes counted. Okay.
Yeah.
Lenny recommends they should do a Seinfeld Friends crossover.
Okay. Then go to I don't have the name.
That would
have been cool.
Right there.
I don't know. I don't think George Costanza would do very well on Friends.
George can't stand you.
81%. Let's look at those other two red counties.
It would have been cool if they bumped into each other at Central Perk or something, though. That would have been neat.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
So we're still looking
you know, Kramer just busts in. They're all sitting there. That would have been neat.
We'll look at something like a 10-point spread.
they just took Jersey away from Kamala.
Did they?
Yeah, it's too close to call now.
Wouldn't be surprised to see it
A lot of like, remember when Trump did that speech in like Wildwood or something? Ocean County, which is where Wildwood is, went deep red. And the counties around it went deep red. Basically, it's Trenton and Atlantic City that are going blue.
Well, like a lot of people said, even though like it's saying that they're blue
they call
or red on here, they could change, you know, because they're gonna go and count the mail-in ballots still too.
And then we will all be back here with some updates for you.
Yeah, it's just the skeptical science. They had initially called New Jersey for Kamala, but they just took that back and said it's now too close to call.
Right now, though, Kamala has more more cities in Jersey than Trump, so it could still flip blue. It could still go back to full.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's
but it's like in like Gloucester and Salem, like it's like in Gloucester. I can't say Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Yeah, that's it. Trump has 49.9. Harris has 48.6. So it's like,
okay, it was just 177 to 99. It's now 178. Who only has one electoral vote?
The Beatles.
The Beatles? Okay, yeah, I agree. But it's 178 Trump, 99 Harris.
It's like for Pennsylvania, about 25% reporting. Kamala's up like 57% of the vote. Trump's got 42 and change. Close.
Right. Yeah, it's
Close, but still too early in PA. We won't know.
like
There's
right
a lot
now.
of there was quite a few polling places that are running late because they started late. They said the one here in Pennsylvania,
Laughlin.
was it Laughlin, where there was an emergency where the head
They
person
didn't open.
get
They
there
didn't open till
on time.
8. The judge. They didn't open till 8:30.
So they're staying open till 9:30.
Yeah, pretty sure they
Yeah, that
extended
polls
them
that
until about 9:30. So that location is just closing now.
Northumberland went Trump.
There was another one that I saw that isn't closing until about 10:30 because they had too many problems.
Carbon County went Trump. But everything else, it's up in the air.
I have a feeling this is going to be like one of those really, really, really close.
I think so.
Especially with the electoral votes. I mean, right now, Trump is leading in the electoral votes, but that can change depending on the state. Some of these states have a lot more. They have a lot more electoral votes than the others.
I'm predicting one of two things. Either they're going to call the election for one candidate or the other by midnight, or the mathematical probability thing is going to come into play where both candidates wind up with 269 delegates and they tie. And it's going to have to be the next session of Congress that decides who the president's going to be.
And unfortunately, that won't be until January.
Yeah, that's it'll be like after January 20th. There will be a period of days where there won't be a president. And I just think that's like, it's something that's never happened in history before.
I think once it did.
It happened. I think they said once or twice before, and that was like 1800s.
Yeah, it was one time only. It was one time only. Where here, I want to just chime in really quick. Lou, what's going on, Lou? Thanks for chiming in, buddy. Clearfield County, PA, showing promising for Trump. Okay, we just got a bomb threat at the administration office. That's not cool.
And that's why Penn Place down here in Wilkes-Barre
did what they did.
Did you see what they did today?
Yeah,
I'm sure they're going to have it for tomorrow too. Anybody who works in that building, they're either working remotely or they were moved to other buildings throughout the state or throughout our county.
And that building,
because they had bomb threats all throughout for any of the voting offices.
That building itself is dangerous and should not be used for any kind of government facility. After Oklahoma City, the field office for Wilkes-Barre used to be in the Social Security field office. Used to be in that building, and they took it out almost immediately because the way the building is, like it's like up on those stilt things. You know what I mean? Like it's up on those pillars, and there's parking underneath. It is the easiest thing in the world to slide a van in there with a fertilizer bomb. And yeah, the Army Corps of Engineers said this is too hazardous for a government facility now. You know, get it out of here.
Not the transmission.
So yeah, there shouldn't be.
Actually, guys, it looks like this hit the news maybe like 45 minutes ago. Penn Place, it looks like Penn Place was evacuated due to a bomb threat.
What place?
I'm looking on, PA homepage. If you go to pahomepage.com, I think they're doing live interviews and stuff now. Bomb threat received, and they were evacuated. So everybody's outside of the place now.
Which is going to affect the count for Luzerne County.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right now they're projecting Trump's up by 100 electoral votes. 162 to 62.
crazy shit.
You know
I
what?
remember cleaning that building.
What, Penn Place?
Yeah, my mom and my dad both worked for the cleaning crew, and I used to help them when I was a teenager, just so everything could get done. But my mom also worked in the cafeteria there in the Penn Place. When I worked for OSHA, it was at the Penn Place. But I was in high school then. I was 16 to 18 when I worked at OSHA.
Now, here's my question that I always ask myself. If Trump loses, again, it could go either way. In 2020, he cried, you know, he's like, oh, we won, but it's stolen from us, blah, blah, blah.
It was.
Which I don't think yet has been called.
He was.
Incredible break going on here. Guys are working.
But what I'm saying is, if he loses tonight, will he pull that same, you know, oh my, I can only lose? That's what we've been doing for like the last 2 weeks. If I lose, it's because it's rigged. Are we putting shit in people's heads?
Honestly, I see it coming from Harris's side also.
You want to hear some? Here's a fun fact. They're so convinced that Trump is going to win. House Democrats are actually beginning to prepare articles of impeachment. The House Democrats that are not up for re-election.
What's up, Marcus?
Marcus in the house.
Thanks
Hey,
for hanging
Marcus,
with us,
what's up,
Marcus.
brother?
We keep losing FP. What the hell?
Feels like Saturday.
Yeah.
We've seen some craziness on the election integrity.
And at first I was like,
not yet seen it in some of the counties that are still going.
First I was like, do I want to do this tonight?
We'll see what we've got happening.
But I'm like, you know, it's
I'm glad you did, Jay. I'm really glad you
I'm
did,
glad
man.
I did too, because it's
Kind of anomalies, right? And sometimes
it's really whether you go
county or
vote
I'm
blue,
interstate,
vote
going
red,
there
vote green, whichever. It's still an important day in this country. It's a very important
Exactly.
day.
And like I like to tell my friends, I don't care for either one of the parties, either one of the people, I should say.
It did, absolutely.
I
So,
go
Gerald,
when
I'm
I
having
vote.
some, like,
I vote
nostalgia moments
based
here, Bill.
on
I know. And I
policy.
used to spark quite a bit.
And
it was a good time.
unfortunately,
I loved everything about Gerald.
Kamala didn't have any policies
Nice, Marcus.
until a
One of
month
the
ago.
Geralds. One of the Geralds. How many Gerald iterations are there? Well, I killed
And-
some of the other ones,
And
so I don't
they're
know.
all Biden's policies.
It reminds me of my favorite
They're all
Disney movie,
Biden's
Jack
policies,
Traveling,
or
Continue.
if it was stuff that Trump had
Just waiting
said
for the concept here.
a week or two
Well,
before.
I was thinking gay Highlander.
Well, sections of like the economic policy.
If she had come
they-
out in the beginning and just said, hey, I want to do this, this, and this,
Hey, Constantine too, it's happening.
I would sit down and honestly think about voting for her. I would love to see a woman president. But she's too
No, they should be. So we're still
flip-flop
So what we're looking for
on her
right now,
policies.
and I know we have
I remember going
whenever
back
she would be whenever she'd be interviewed
we're gonna do some stuff in a minute, probably, and say-
or
yeah, I'm not gonna say it like that.
asked a question,
So,
right away it's first
we're looking
off,
at trends
I was
right
raised
now
in
these
a
places that people
middle
care a
class-
lot about. Again, there are states that
in a
everybody
middle
cares about
class
and thinks they've
family,
got it, right? But there's states that we've identified
which
as kind of bellwethers looking for trends.
if you
So
look
right
at
now it's
some of the
trending well,
stuff,
North Carolina's trending
you
well.
look into
I
it,
can get some data
some
together on
might
Pennsylvania
say
because
she
everybody's
was,
talking about this, and obviously CNN came on.
some might say she's not.
Look, obviously,
So I
Well, it
can't
depends
really
on-
go
it's all going to come down to this.
Depends on the
Um,
dollar versus the Canadian dollar in Montreal.
And then
You know what? You could have done the lockout Pennsylvania.
another thing she always
Jewish
reverted to was
They're not-
well,
they're not in it.
Trump,
That's-
Trump
they're
did
not
this,
into it.
Trump did that. No, we're asking you what
We're
your
gonna say South Dakota,
plan
like
is.
they said Pennsylvania,
Not what
we're gonna like South Dakota.
he-
No, we
his
said
plan
we
was
thought that they were
and
gonna
why
say
you
some
don't
other
agree
state.
with it.
Yeah, right.
What
Now,
is
sir,
your plan?
during that debate between him and her, he really did not say what he really didn't come out that he had a plan. He just said, "Oh, we're going to do this, but how?" That's what I was looking for, and I didn't hear that.
They actually wouldn't let him expand on any of that. 'Cause when I watched that, they cut him off quite a few times as he was trying to explain. They let her go on, but they didn't let him. I hate to say it. And
Going back
there's
to
too much
2000,
with the mainstream media. I have a feeling that they're all paid to go one way or the other.
In today's
Kamala
world,
is not.
who knows?
Kamala is not more far left than Biden. Kamala is, by voting record in the Senate, is more far left than Bernie Sanders. You're right. Biden was a moderate.
I did hear. People did say that she was basically compared to Sanders. I did hear that back and forth at one point. I remember hearing that.
If you go back and look at what she did as what was it, Attorney General in California? Look it up yourself. Don't go by what mainstream media all tells you. You're going to see she didn't have a great track record.
Like a volcano coming out of your posterior keep you from the chair.
Look at when she ran against Biden, when she was trying to run against Biden to get the presidential seat. She was like 1%. She was like the first one to drop out because nobody wanted her in the race. And then he chose her as his VP. He named her as the border czar. And that's when they got rid of all the border policies that were in effect.
Actually, they did that day one. They got rid of Remain in Mexico day one. That was one of there was like 94 different Trump executive orders, like Remain in Mexico and stuff like that, that they totally did away with. Literally day one. The first one that they did away with was fracking in PA. They did, the Keystone Pipeline in PA, which just, lots of that's why I'm surprised to see even 2 elections later, Pennsylvania leaning towards Harris, because these people did away with the Keystone XL pipeline. But they approved Nord Stream 2 in Europe, via NATO, which is ridiculous.
I just want to highlight one of Marcus's comments. Yeah, Marcus, I did the same. Trump has been to our area many times in the last 2 cycles, and this cycle. He's been to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton many times, and I wanted to experience it too, so I went to a rally, and it was electric. It was pretty crazy, and I've been to Democratic rallies as well. When I was a college student, I had the option to either go see Obama or Hillary, because they were both running against each other in the primary that year. That would have been like 20-something. And I ended up getting tickets for Hillary, so I saw Hillary instead of Obama. Just the way the cards fell that day. So yeah, I've been to rallies for both parties just because I'm curious. I just wanted to experience what they're all like.
Hey, FP, I think it's operator error. I don't think it's research. I think it's operator error.
I went to Trump's first.
Whatever he's trying to use it on.
Could be. I just want to give one sec. I want to give a shout out. I just saw on my phone. I didn't realize I didn't go off. My oldest sister, Eileen, she's watching this too now. So she's been watching it. So shout out to the big sis, biggest sis. Okay.
I was just going to say, I attended the first Trump rally at the arena. The first time he came around in like 2015, and yeah, it was an experience and a half.
Yeah,
or maybe it was 2016, but I think it was 2015. The very first time he came to this area. What's that?
Yeah, that had to be the one I was at too, Mike. I remember parking at the Wyoming Valley Mall and walking to the arena. I mean, not that bad of a walk, but it's a hike, crossing the highway and getting over there.
Oh yeah, parking was an issue.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the year my ex-husband took my son to go see. My son was one of those. Now, my son wasn't old enough to vote. My son just turned 23 now this year. But he was so pro-Trump way back then. And I still remember my daughter was anti-Trump. She looked at me and her father and said, if you vote for Trump, if Trump gets in, he's going to deport all my friends. I looked at her and said,
absolutely did not.
are they here illegally? Because he said nothing about deporting people who are here legally. It's the people who are here illegally. They didn't apply for a visa to come here to study or work or anything like that. They came in here across, say, over the river and through the woods. And
he was really upset about this first one.
They're not supposed to be here. That's the only thing he said. All my friends are saying that we're going to be deported. Look at the policies. That's all I ever do. I look at the policies, not at the person.
It's just like all the hyperbole going on. Like you see all these, people like Whoopi Goldberg and Rachel Maddow and all of them, like just ringing.
I agree, Marcus.
Yeah, saying that they're going to be, they're going to be locked up in detention centers. Oh,
you have extreme scenarios, from both sides with all that mudslinging and shit talking, during the campaigns, and people feed off of those fears. Really, it's just fear. It's a lot of fear of the unknown. I heard, this was my perception of, how things are going to be. Look, we're all going to wake up tomorrow and have to go to work. Well, Mike's off. Mike's on staycation.
Or me, because I still don't have a job.
But, we all got to get up, go to work tomorrow.
Well, I got to get up tomorrow and go to an interview.
Right. Yes. But, we all have shit to do. I have shit to do.
I saw on... To defend the View, Marcus, for a minute. Yeah, the View can get bad, but
I can't stand the View.
Rest in peace. Like Rush Limbaugh was just as bad on the other side. People would bash Rush or would bash the View, but watch Rush Limbaugh. He was just.
Nah, I never liked Rush Limbaugh.
With Rush Limbaugh, he never had people come on and say, "Oh, you're my best friend." 1 week, and then the next week turn around and say, "They're the devil."
I never watched him. I couldn't watch him. No.
I was gonna say, you wanna really go look up on YouTube or somewhere, 2014 or 2015, Donald Trump on The View. When he had just announced that he was going to run for president, Whoopi Goldberg giving him hugs.
He was embraced with open arms. Yeah,
exactly.
It was an embrace. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they love to look at Google. Go out and Google Donald Trump on Oprah.
Yeah,
he did the Oprah show.
Everyone turned on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
the way that he runs his mouth didn't do him any favors, because he really runs his mouth.
Here's what I don't get, and it's maybe one of the reasons why I still don't. I mean, I didn't vote Trump, okay, but my thing is, in 2016, he was like, "I'm going to come in, I'm going to fix the national debt, I'm going to bring it all down and take care of blah blah blah." He ended up dumping billions on the national debt. Like he added to it. Didn't bring that, he added to it. But my thing is, he owns a casino in Jersey right near the boardwalk, and he went bankrupt.
Oh, guys, when I said we should be allies,
bankruptcy's a part of business.
Let's go to.
Look at the Mohegan Sun; they're still rolling strong. They're making money.
Do they have the same owners that they did when they first started out? I doubt it.
I don't know. That I don't know.
No, they've changed hands multiple times.
That's what I mean.
How could you move? Like, then he tried to do Trump Airlines. Okay, that failed. Like, but how's he going to fix the country if he can't?
When you're in the service industry like that, every business that you start up has a shelf life. Eventually it's gonna lose its popularity, and I mean, that's like, okay, Hugh Hefner, the man who, started and, published Playboy for most of his life.
He's my hero.
Well, there was the Playboy Casino on in Atlantic City. I was actually there as a kid. My mother took me there. It was neat to see like the girls in their felt bunny outfits and everything.
Cool.
But the casino eventually went bankrupt and failed. Now, does that make Hugh Hefner a failure?
No, but no, it doesn't. But it's like he's like he didn't run. Oh, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna. Like, he didn't run on like I'm gonna run the country like I did my biz, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Just seems. I don't know.
I saw an interview with him when somebody brought something like that up, and he said, honestly, when I first got in office, I was going to do those things.
Do we know
I
which
ended up
percentage of the vote
relying
Virginia has
on
come in, for
information
example, like
from
Fairfax
people
and
who
areas like
were
Arlington versus areas,
there as
because
my
Virginia, there's 20% area
advisors,
that borders DC and
and I relied on
so that
them.
would tell us why it might be more prudent to wait.
And in the very beginning, that's what happened. As I got more comfortable in my position there, I realized they're not there helping me. They're hindering. That's true in any situation. When you start a new job, you have people that are coming up to you going, "Oh, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this," and it's not the right thing to do.
Yes. Yeah.
But when you're starting the job, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
10 points more, and we can bring that up.
And then you find out a little bit down the road that wasn't the right thing.
Of the votes.
Unfortunately, he found out like halfway through his term. And he did do a lot of good things for the country. Remember, when he was a president the first time, he did not take any kind of presidential pay at all.
But he did get a check, though. Whatever he did with it, that was him. But he
did not get a check for being president.
He
did.
Still got a paycheck.
He
still got a paycheck, but whatever he did with it,
he donated it.
Right. But he's like, I don't take a check. Well, no, you did get a check. You just gave it away. And that's fine.
JFK did the same thing when he was in office.
Hi, twerking apricot.
The twerking apricot is back in the house.
Really screwed the pooch. And I think what we said was with Virginia, right?
Twerking apricot, hello.
And I still have Momo here.
Close, meaning if it's anything less
and I still have OP here.
7%. If it's
And
anywhere
I have Molly sleeping behind me, video upon me taking a nap.
Significant trend that would let people know, okay, this thing is heating up quite a bit.
Opie is obsessively cleaning himself.
But here's the thing, I'm sure you guys seen it on Facebook. In 10 days I'll see if I eat ramen or if I eat steak.
And we won't know that for
That's
a little while.
the
So
dumbest shit I've
all the
seen on
states, we won't know
Facebook
how close,
since at
it's
all.
going to be. But that is one of the states.
No matter
that should
who
be
wins,
mostly
whether
tallied up,
Harris wins or whether Trump wins, come January, I'm still buying steak. I'm still going to the restaurants.
It's still the same. It's still all going to be the same price.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and give me those numbers on the Jews and the Hispanics in Miami-Dade.
So we have, just a quick update, we don't actually have exit polling from Jews. We do have some from Latinos that
What are you doing, Momo?
Okay, great. Well, I didn't know if there was like a percentage from the census.
What do you want to win?
You know what?
But I can see. Yeah, I don't want war either. I don't want open borders.
You just look for a lot of vowels in the last.
I feel like I should get 2 plates going. Have one that says Trump, one that says Harris. Put food on it and see how many of my cats go to which plate.
That could be next week's. Well, wait, we got to show Saturday. Be Saturday. We got to
Yeah, but if the race is closed.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I honestly don't.
I just don't feel like running out, getting 2 cans of food, and getting
The child
2
sex
plates.
change. Marcus brought up, I don't want war. Agreed. Open borders. Agreed. Or child sex changes. Is that really happening? Honestly,
Yes, it is.
Like,
They actually, in California, they made it illegal for a parent to deny their child the right to a transgender surgery.
That is like
take the child off of them.
and it's like, okay, the child is too young to set, like, to make a permanent change, like a tattoo, too young to smoke, too young to drink alcohol, purchase alcohol, but gender reassignment, hey, that's wonderful. If you want your gender reassigned as a 5-year-old, knock yourself out. We'll pay for it. That's ridiculous.
And if you read up on the puberty blockers, they can cause sterilization, especially given as a young child.
I'd be the perfect candidate right here, baby.
Too good. The doctor of
Gender reassignment?
You have my vote, sir.
Well, that too. Yeah, I got to get rid of this.
Well, he wants boobs.
You got my vote.
I got boobs.
He already said he wanted boobs.
Right here. I'm already there.
I will go out and knock on doors for you. I will
go.
campaign for you. I'll knock on doors. I'll be there at the polls. We'll get you elected, Jay.
Right.
Doctor of Foodology.
I told you all, you don't want either one of those candidates. You could just write me in.
I was picturing Bobby in the freezer.
I will be real with the people.
I don't know if I'd ever want to be president, because that's like a lot of pressure. Like,
My problem would be
you drop the bomb on
I
somebody,
couldn't
you
curse.
kill 30 million people by dropping one atomic bomb. Yeah.
I would probably go up to President Putin and be like, F you, stop the shit. And that's being nice.
Also, I'd be like, there we go, Chef J 2028, baby, all the way live. Nope.
Actually, I would.
I think put that on a t-shirt, Jay.
They predict the ones early.
I would handle Putin the way Trump handled Putin back in like 2018, allegedly. There's accounts of this where they were having a meeting or whatever, and Trump was like, "Lad, if you go into Ukraine, I will nuke Moscow." And Putin just laughed. He's like, "No, you wouldn't." He's like, "Do you really want to take a chance that I wouldn't?" And Putin's like, "You know what? No." So he didn't invade Ukraine on Trump's watch because he didn't want to take the chance that Trump was, not that nuts.
All right, so what I have so far.
She's still at 99?
Yep. He just jumped up to 188. So somewhere he got 10 electoral votes.
ABC still has him at Harris 91, Trump 162. But that's what ABC still has right now.
We're all in Luzerne County, Marcus.
And Luzerne County is trending red right now.
Oh, I think they gave Colorado to Harris. I think. If I saw it quick.
They didn't give it to her yet. She's trending towards them.
Oh, okay.
So far, what I'm seeing.
And again, that's really not a surprise. I mean, they're
pretty progressive.
Yeah,
they're definitely they're a liberal state.
You're right. You're right. It's still early.
Wow. I wonder
I'd be
what
surprised.
Arizona will do.
Arizona and Nevada. Last I heard, at some point Trump was up like 10 in Nevada.
Well, right now, New Mexico is trending red.
Really?
Yeah.
By like
Nobody called that.
no, it's like Donald Trump
It's
for
trending.
Mexico, 50 for Trump, 48 for Harris. So that's really close.
It is.
Yeah.
They're only separated by like 4,000 votes.
Right.
Wow. That's nothing too. Like when it boils down to it, that's who got.
And that's another good thing about this Associated Press one. If you
I like
click on it, it'll tell you how many votes so far are in.
I think in 16, I think Luzerne County went red. I think.
Well,
Luzerne County went red, and
we don't care what your political ideology is.
Exactly. They were up 25 points.
And just on principle, Larry, how
if you tell us who you voted for, we're not gonna be like,
we're not gonna judge you.
No, you can't do that.
No,
we don't care. We're giving our opinions.
Right, and that's and who knows? And next week
I actually put it up on Facebook. I don't care who you vote for. Get out and vote. Vote like your vote is the one that's going to matter.
Oh, and by the way, we're not debating politics. We're basically discussing it.
Yeah, that's all we're doing is discussing.
Yeah, debate would be like too harsh.
Yeah,
debating it would be if we did this like a month ago.
It would be a debate.
Trying to get people to go out and vote for a certain person.
That's another reason why I wanted to wait till today because the polls were closed.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're just having a chat. Now Saturday we'll go back to our normal platform and talk about whatever.
Twerking Apricot, Mike and I waited until about 3 o'clock this afternoon ago. And we both went in, we voted, and it took less than 15 minutes. But then again, we weren't in the longer, just, what is it called?
Ward.
Not
Ward.
district.
Ward.
Because there was Ward 5 and Ward 6 that are voting place.
Yeah, we're Ward 6, I believe.
We were in Ward 6. Most of the people that were there were for Ward 5.
Well, that's like I went. Well, FP. I think FP voted today. I don't know. I tried to. I couldn't tell if he did or if he didn't. But I voted. Me and him were in the same spot. Literally. So we went down to the West Pittston Borough Building. I went down. It was like 5 o'clock. I walked in. Well, I walked up. Oh,
and we see Virginia.
Oh shit! I'm forgot to tell you. I'll have to play it in a minute. I walked in. I pull up. Just really. I mean, there's a whole ton of cars in the parking lot, but like there's only a handful of people standing outside. I walked in. I wish I was able to video inside, but you can't. I walked down the hallway. No issues. Said, "Oh, here's my name. Oh, you're over in here." Yep. I remember last time, and I went in. Boom, boom, boom. Done in like. I think I waited in line to vote for like 5 minutes. Not even. Like over here, let's take your name. Blah blah blah. We're gonna go over to this machine. I was done.
Twerking Apricot. Did they have one of those little QR codes for you to scan there? Because that's how we found out which ward we were in.
It could be a 2-loss situation.
And it wasn't until we were almost inside the building until we found out that we could cut ahead of the line.
Just a minute, we got another. So we're gonna go with another promo code for March right now. So
I just went with Gina. I figured I didn't scan anything because because Gina and I we have the same address, and I figured I'd just go with that.
Which is good because they had his name in there in the computer as Ward 6 too. I mean, they could have cut it halfway down the building and been like, okay, well, we have you at this address, but only half of you is on this board. So we just mixed it.
Oh,
but it's,
did you guys sign your names on like an iPad today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I did too. That was a first. Usually when I go,
Actually,
it's
I think we had to do that last
pen
time.
and paper.
West
Oh,
Pittston,
that's right.
we've
It
been
was in
doing
a
that.
booklet. They had to find your name and you had to sign there.
Yeah,
The last couple of president elections, it just we had that iPad thing. We didn't. But yeah, I do remember, looking at the book and have to sign your name next to the name, your name in the book. I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, always. Yeah, that was new for me this year. She handed me a stylus and said, sign your name. So I was like,
Trump got
doing it
another
on
one.
an iPad screen.
All right, so what I'm seeing right now, it's 198 Trump, 99 Harris. Trump got Montana,
Another one
Wyoming,
goes Trump.
Utah,
Dude. Another
North
one goes
Dakota,
Trump.
South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas. So, like, I guess the last three would be Montana, Wyoming, and Utah, which were called for him.
And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one goes for Trump.
Hey,
Hey,
sounds
gonna get
unfortunate.
you.
Hey, I've always wanted to move to Wyoming, mainly because I don't mind hunting for my food.
Eddie, you there?
And the reason that this
I want to go to
And I don't like
Arizona or
people.
New Mexico.
And I don't mind cold weather.
I go hunting. When I go hunting for my food, I go to the grocery store. That's my hunting.
Honestly, if I could just go out and shoot a deer, I'd have food for how long?
Oh, Bolsonaro?
Yeah. Well, he must have some juice.
So why did
And that's all that matters to me. If I hunt, it's not for sport. I hunt
All
for
right. Well, then
the
let's
food.
make sure that we bring on.
I'll be
It's
right
working
back,
out,
guys.
but it's working out. I voted for Harris.
Yeah, I want to make sure. I don't want people to be like, oh, I agree with you.
Oh.
But he's great too. So,
Twerking apricot. Can you guess who me and Mike voted for?
I bet I could guess. Ooh, me.
I know
could guess.
you can tell, Jay.
It's looking a little choppy, but I know you're at Mar-a-Lago.
I don't know if
right
she
now.
was here
What's
for
the
that.
vibe like there?
I think I'm the only one that voted.
Sorry to
Blue.
serve you, but the European people is also very excited.
You know what? That's
Like I
okay.
said, I don't vote
Actually, I'm doing a lot of interviews
for the
but
person.
we are following here the elections.
I vote for the
Everybody here
policies.
at the dinner is really excited.
Whatever
Um,
policy sounds the best to me, and when I look at it, when I look into it, I see, this is a possibility.
To be very honest, I have some friends in Brazil that they are.
I don't
Now,
vote
I
for the
will-
person who waits until last second to decide that that's who they're gonna or what they're gonna do.
It's and a lot of times I'll vote. I'll vote for last year I voted for Biden, but I voted for a Republican or something. It was across the board. I didn't go straight ticket.
Right. You went and looked for the people that you saw that their policies were good.
Yeah. Like, this year, with Rob Bresnahan,
we did, however, call
just from his ads, I didn't really catch any type of policy. I really didn't hear policy.
They called Texas, but they didn't call Louisiana.
Thank you, TA.
10, 20
Thank you.
minutes.
One's on my side. No.
I don't like that she was running mostly on the abortion rights.
Here's the thing.
Honestly, no government should have any right to say how a woman's body should be treated.
Exactly.
It should not be left up to the federal government. It should not be left up to the state or the local. That is up
Between
to
the woman and the doctor.
The
That's
woman
it.
and the doctor.
That's it.
That's it.
Right? Once North Carolina,
It never should have been in the federal government in the first place.
Huge margin of votes.
It shouldn't even been up to the state. Just between doctor
Exactly.
and
It should never have been
Well, how does this compare to
any kind of decision.
There was a
Left
lady
up
from,
to
I believe
the
it was
government.
There's obviously some momentum for
she had a
Donald Trump.
miscarriage.
But are you always incredibly
And
skeptical because
The
of
doctors
what the
there
experience there
would
was
not do
in
the
elections
DNC
that
because the DNC is
basically
technically an
blatantly
abortion
being
because they got to go in and take everything out. They were afraid to do it because they were afraid they were going to go to jail or get fined and lose their repercussions. Lady died of septic. She didn't have to.
No.
She died of
I grew up as a Christian. I'm not very religious. I'm not religious now. I myself do not believe in abortion, but I'm not the one say, if it was incest, maybe yes. Or
rape.
if
If
there's a
someone
chance
got
that
raped,
that baby was not going to live at all, or the baby died,
Right.
then yes, an abortion could be the only viable option. Because that could kill both the mom and the child. But there's a lot of people out there who are just having unprotected sex,
here's my take on
and
abortion.
not thinking about the repercussions of
Right. And here's how I always explain my take on abortion. Do I agree with abortion 100%? No. But like, say little Johnny and Susie were out screwing in the woods and she gets knocked up.
Right.
No. Give the baby up for adoption if you don't want it. Okay.
And that's exactly how I feel.
If Susie's, running, like say running for Kirby Park, and somebody jumps her and attacks her and rapes her, she gets pregnant, she should have that choice because she was not intending on having a baby. That might not have been in her game plan. So in that point, she should have a choice. Again,
Exactly.
Uncle raped the niece. Should be able to have a.
I even said, if I ever got pregnant, even due to a rape, there are a lot of people out there, a lot of couples, whether they're same-sex couples or, male-female couples.
Right.
They can't have children. They're looking to have children. They want to have a child. I'm more willing to have that child be adopted out than
and I think a big part is they just kidnap the ugly women and they just send them
to have an abortion. But that's my
right. And I'm gonna tell you a story, and I know the GF would not mind me telling the story. She was pregnant twice. Okay, she lost both because of her left side. She lost both babies.
Right.
One of these babies like you wouldn't believe.
Exactly.
A DNC should have the DNC, which is a medical abortion. If full abortions are banned, they're off the table as well.
We went home. I took a
You
nap
know,
for 2 hours.
that's
Like I
not
said,
good.
No government should be able to ban a
Exactly.
woman from doing something with their bodies. If they want to ban abortions,
That's just branding.
they should. If they want to say, "Well, you can't do this with your body for a woman," they should turn around and say, "Okay, well, with men, you need to have
No.
a vasectomy. They're reversible."
You and the GF think alike. That's too scary. Because she goes, the GF said to me, and she said this like within the last like 6-7 months, like from time to time. If
do we know if
instead of
hold on 1 second. I know that we have our
like
correspondence.
have to go on birth or something, the guy should have a vasectomy.
Pennsylvania. So
When they're like
with our on-the-ground
18 or
correspondent,
like right before, or however year, have a vasectomy.
Kamala just got 10 more points.
When they find if they find a wife or something, have the vasectomy reversed.
Exactly.
All right, Finnegan, I expect you made it to Pennsylvania.
I know. After my
by
second,
now.
both of my kids were C-sections.
Pennsylvania.
After my second one, I told them I wanted to have
I was very clear. You're supposed to go to the Keystone.
a hysterectomy. I don't want any more kids. You know what my doctor told me? No, you're too young.
That's
You might want to have more kids in the future. No, I don't. I'm 28 years old. I do not want any more kids.
I wish the GF was here for this because she told me this all the time. Like
Actually, a week after my son was born, my ex-husband, he was my boyfriend at the time. We didn't get married until the kids were like 4 and 5. But he went out and got a vasectomy just so that we didn't have any more kids. And you know what? I love that.
the GF told me, like, the GF, even when she was younger, like when she get her monthly, she would bleed like you would like no other. Like she was like very, very bad.
Well, that's how I was on the shot.
And they did some type of abrasion. So they took out like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they took out like
They
90.
scraped it.
Yeah, they took out like 96 or 97% of her uterus. She's like, I want a hysterectomy. And the doctor's like, so she compromised on this abrasion. Like, I want a hysterectomy. Well, no, what if you want? No, I want a hysterectomy. And they're fighting with her, saying, well, what if you want to have kids? And what if what if your husband thinks, like, first of all, I'm not married. It's not his
What
body.
if you meet somebody down the road you want to have kids with? Then they're SOL. We can adopt. That's how I would look at it.
I had a vasectomy when I was 17, and for a period of time, I was really, really popular with women. You know, when that got out, like, oh, hey, he just had a vasectomy. Wait a minute, really?
Oh, was that the rumor you spread?
Absolutely.
ABC has Harris did 91, Trump 195.
I have 198 to 109. I don't know which one she picked up in the meantime.
Oh, by the way, to add my 2 cents to this, I'm not singling anybody out. I'm not saying any, this person said this or this person said that. I am going to say that a lot of the same people who say my body, my choices, are the first to complain when somebody won't take a mandated vaccine. They come out with they came out with a vaccine mandate where I work, and I was part of a class action lawsuit to block it. And I've taken quite a bit of crap because of it, but I don't care, because I think those things are poison. I think there's a lot of things coming out now that, demonstrate that those vaccines are not good for you. And I'm glad I did what I did. But
Jay, I'm giving
like I
you
said,
permission to use Mike and I's photo that we sent in the group, that I sent in the group chat. I can't do that from here. It's not on my laptop.
We gotta go get the coin.
As you see this good looking dude on the screen right now, it's about like a minute and a quarter. It's today when I was at the polling.
Turkey and apricot, I had no problems with the cancer screenings. I don't know why. I guess I'm used to pain. I was married twice.
Do we have the final? Let's look at on the electoral map. Let's look at the votes there. Let's just go on Colorado real quick. Just put the cursor over Colorado.
He's going to that's the other one, so he has to go to the Reuters.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And we're going to update all of this.
Yeah, Jay, that line wasn't that long at all.
That wasn't even a line. That was just people hanging outside, like saying, "Here, let me."
Oh, like the people handing out the little
Yeah, they didn't hand me one for Eddie Day Pashinsky. They handed Gina one though.
Let's look at Colorado.
She kind of like looked at me and thought like, nah, I'm not gonna throw one at this guy.
Figured that we were together and.
Well, that's understandable.
I thought I was intimidating.
Gang members from Venezuela taking over property and shit.
Exactly. It's not like anyone would be intimidated.
Fucking idiots.
So
Welcome to West Pittston.
Not on the state side, right? But yeah, you're right.
Everybody.
Yeah, this is what I got.
Some people did. Some people did. Yes, there were some people who did.
I didn't toss it, so.
I said, like, look, if I'm going to take a flyer, maybe New Hampshire, maybe Virginia. But
Unfortunately, he wasn't the one I wanted to vote for, so.
To see. A lot of people said Colorado.
Saw a lot of them in the trash though.
That's what I was saying earlier. I made a bet on it. I pulled it.
Oh.
When I walked up,
I don't go by polls.
I'm looking at Pennsylvania right now.
yeah, so am I.
It flip-flopped. It's Trump now 50.6 to 48.5.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
It's you know what? It's
early yet. There's not that many.
Pennsylvania is gonna flip 4 or 5 more times before it lands.
It's over and done with.
Turkey apricot, that's funny. I actually, I used to get pain during sex, so I was a good candidate for having
But I'm not going to lie to you beforehand.
having
Doomer, you don't think
hysterectomy and stuff like that because of the problems I had.
And you have to understand that some states like New York are too far gone.
My mom had 4 of us kids with a tipped uterus. And the doctors couldn't believe that she had all of us naturally.
told you that you were going to see New York, New Jersey, Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia, all the above. No red.
Okay, somebody's knocking my headphones now.
Who is
You
it?
got interested.
It's a big
Xavier.
Nothing would make me happier than for them to be right Just like I was wrong.
He heard you. He looked right at the screen when you did
I
that.
saw that.
What's
He's
up?
my baby.
This boy weighs over 20 pounds.
He's a big boy.
Not
He's
according
huge.
to the scale when I stepped on it and then stepped on it with him.
He's living the good life.
He's just under 20. Not much under, but just under.
It's
the single biggest killer of children in this country is gun violence. They're lying to you because if you're looking for gun violence, I'm not taking into account that if you're 15 and older, it's not even top 10.
Twerking Apricot, there were a few counties where there's a couple of polling places that are staying open later because they didn't open on time. So,
and Luzerne County is one of them.
Luzerne County was one of them. A couple in Central County, in the Central counties did it too.
I doubt we're going to see final counts for Pennsylvania tonight.
Oh, no, we're not going to see it tonight. Maybe tomorrow night, but that's about it.
Yeah, because we don't have election day anymore. We have election month.
Is Xavier really trying to curl up next to you too? Yeah. Turkey Apricot, that's Xavier and Opie there that Mike has. Yeah, I saw that with Laughlin.
Yeah, Laughlin had a paper
But they
jam.
also opened late because their
judge was late or something.
Their official couldn't show up. She had an emergency.
The only silver lining there is that we'll have
that would, I thought about that for a minute. Like, imagine like you're supposed to be there to open up the poll and like say like you, not if there's like say like you oversleep, something stupid. It'd be like, how come it's polls?
They should have two people assigned to that position.
Yeah,
to open up the place.
I would lie and say,
you know who I want to win.
Something happened. Like I'd actually lie just to cover and say, "Oh, I just overslept." No, I wouldn't do that. I'd lie if that shit actually happened, make it sound good.
Gina picked Opie's name.
And how did I pick that name? For my favorite SOA character.
You know what's great about the people we have here? You know what's great about playing the brain and George? That if we were lying to you knowingly, every single one of them would walk. We would walk out there to an
I think if we lose, I should say if I lose the presidency for if we get Trump, I'm watching the sides here. A lot of Democrats are winning like Senate seats and things like that.
About 45 minutes ago, maybe at the point now where
Harris 91, Trump 195.
So, but we do have some of the.
But so it's only like 100 points. That's not.
That's
not. It's not bad. I mean,
It's not 270 on the other side. 270 is the magic number.
Yeah. He has 195, she's 91. A little over 100 point difference. She can make that up. It could
not according to AP. The AP is Trump 198, Harris 109.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah, I see that. So she's
and
literally.
that's what I usually go by. They're usually the most
it was a barista.
Correct.
It was a guy
most up to date,
a goatee, and a name tag that said he was a girl.
That I've noticed.
Absolutely not. See, we're all like, shit, that's right. That's right. You were tapping my tree. You're gonna fight everybody you call.
Well, Twerking Apricot, I got the name Opie because that was my favorite character on Sons of Anarchy.
Opie, was that from shit?
Really?
I said you've been watching those.
It was Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, doesn't say the Andy Griffith Show. That's how old I am.
She said it's Andy Griffith's show. Her father used to watch.
Oh, I just saw that. Yeah, Andy Griffith.
But yeah, when I got the name Opie, it was because of Sons of Anarchy. My brother actually went to a horror con, and he was there. And he got me a signed autograph, a signed picture with his autograph on it.
There used to be two.
That's in my little my courier cabinet.
I don't know if they're still around today, but there used to be two like
Because
kind of
those
like
demons
almost like
promised
the
them
Howard
this.
Stern
And
show,
when I
but it was
say
like
that, I mean
it's
it
called
in the
Opie and
biblical sense. I mean
Anthony.
people were demonically influenced. I don't mean they're sitting
They
there
got thrown
with
off the
all
air
this
though.
stupid conspiracy film, yeah, where they're
I
saying
agree,
about
Marcus.
satanic parties and sacrifice. I mean that people.
No,
You're the party that
not at all.
tells you right now that
It
they
was
are
this close
demonically
back then.
influenced when they say
Nah,
we're not talking about saying
I
people
don't
rare.
remember.
We're talking about literally holding the country hostage if abortion is not all the way up until an on-demand period. No, hold on a second. We're not talking about a grown man asking to refer to him by some name he puts in a driver's
Peg
license.
Bundy.
We're talking about
They
children
can never
having
ever
their tits
remake
lopped
Married
off,
with
having
Children.
their penises
It would
chopped
never
off,
work
going
in this
on
day and age.
mind-altering hormones at a very young age, and we're willing to die on this hill. No, we're not talking.
You can never get a guy that would be the same as Ed O'Neill. Play that part. Never.
Telling you that they're in line.
I had to go
every
find this,
single
but
value in virtue, which is only held as a virtue straight from the
Ah, there he is.
and
That's what my
the
brother
party
got
that
me.
we're up against. I'm not saying every single person.
And what got me really well with Walking Dead, he was beta.
There's not one person, not one. And by the way, we have plenty of people here in this office who aren't as
And
pro-life
yes,
as I am. Some people will
Corking
call themselves
Apricot,
pro-choice.
that's the motorcycle one with Peg
There's not
Bundy.
one person on the national platform. Not
She was
one
a
person on the
badass
national platform,
bitch.
the DNC, who would say, well, hold on a second.
Are we talking about Married with Children?
Not
Remember
one.
Peg Bundy from
That's
Married
what
with
I mean.
Children?
Those demons promised the people of New
She was
York.
on Sons of Anarchy.
Katie Sagal.
Another
Okay,
one.
I'm all
She
right. I
picked
get
up
it.
DC.
I'm thinking like Peg Bundy character, not like Katie Sagal.
Now, remember, the Peg Bundy character. Now, imagine her as a biker.
That would be funny as hell.
The Democrat Party goes, hey, don't you like a little bit of the money that we give you?
But
That would
me.
be hysterical.
Hey, don't you like the fact that we're,
I mean,
That's
Katie
kind
Sagal's
of
a
like
really
that.
good actress. I like her
Yeah,
as an
on The
actress.
Walking Dead, the character, the guy who played Opie on SOA was beta.
Vote for them. They're gonna fix it. When they're the ones who created the problem, but you're too.
And when I found that out, I looked at my boy, I looked at Mike and said, no wonder why I like beta so much.
Yeah, he's a beta male.
I think people are smarter than that. I mean, fucking decade after decade.
Nose itchy.
I don't think those elections happen. Those people are appointed.
She's up to 112
Hakeem
now.
Jeffries, all the scum that
It has nothing to do with intelligence. It has to do with selfishness. That's what it does. And that's why it has to do with. In other words, you can have.
Oh, she picked up. Oh wait, they gave her. What was latest? Colorado.
Even though their intellect would tell them, yeah, this.
That was a while ago.
Oh, so what?
Yeah.
What did she pick up?
Yes, Colorado is blue.
It looked like New
You know
Mexico.
what they're promising is better for me.
New Mexico
Still
did
in-
not
still
go
in-
blue yet.
New Mexico's still iffy.
Every single election.
It's still
Harris-
iffy. That's
they
they're
gave-
trending towards.
Jerome Kavanaugh.
If you look at this, everything that's bright
in the world.
is the
Like-
ones that they were called.
Can you believe that shit? In the 50s,
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
and then
In
I
the
thought it was
dark,
the opposite.
you know what?
The ones that are in the
no.
dark are the ones that are still
It's not
iffy.
right, but it's gonna be better for
I thought it
America.
was the
It's not
opposite.
better for America.
It's,
gonna be
So
better
So
for
it's
me.
198
It's
Trump
not
to
better for the
112
mom or
Harris.
dad who needs to drive this
Looks
car.
like
We wanna make
Jersey
sure that
went full
we
blue.
maintain safety standards.
They're calling it
I don't
so
know.
far.
We
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah.
kind of quality control. No, we want to protect our business. We want to protect our
They actually called it though and then took it back.
No cats here.
That's why you've not heard me say, hey, what have they done for you? You hear this? The two things that bother me most.
Like
is you'll hear the right-
Maine
Stop
could
getting
go
my
either
soapbox
way.
here, is you'll hear people on the right say, hey, what have the Democrats done for you? Guess what? It doesn't matter. Because the Democrats have
New
done
Hampshire
what?
could really go
47%
either way.
of Americans who don't pay anything
Maine
to
is still
taxes.
trending
That's not a
towards
reason to
red.
vote for them, because it's wrong.
Which is really
You know,
surprising.
you hear me say,
Yeah.
let's get
Maine-
this
Here's the
talking
map
about
for
might
Maine.
have us on a YouTube
Maine,
ban, might
it's-
go up to over 50%.
right now.
Trump
You'll
has
hear me say that
51.3.
political violence is never
Harris
the
is
answer.
40.
You will hear me
Oh, shit.
realistically say that, hey,
Yeah, and those
you know
counties are
what?
Portland and
It's
Bangor.
very, very rarely
46.6.
the answer. It
Bangor is
certainly
red.
should be a available answer. You'll never hear me
Really?
say political violence
Yeah.
is never the answer. You know why? If you
Banger.
live in the greatest country
Oh,
on earth,
guess we lost
Portland
Fred.
because
and
of
Augusta
political violence,
are blue.
dummy. If I were to
God.
say political violence is never the answer,
That's
why would
to see the rest of the
election?
state like that
Because
though.
we
It's
say it
oh
was
my
wrong to
God.
fight the racists.
Normally
Yeah.
most of the
Wrong to
Northeast
dump that in the harbor.
are,
And it looks like
are
PA is starting to trend
Any conservative say,
red.
what has the Democrat Party done
New
for you?
England.
Guess what?
Generally
If they're
speaking,
doing something
New
for
England
you now,
votes
you'll
blue,
vote for it. Hey,
with the
I don't know.
exception
You see how that could
when you
backfire?
start getting down
Maybe
into the
people
Mid-Atlantic
that are
states,
Democrats now,
like
but they can
Pennsylvania
promise
and
the next
Virginia.
election. Oh, wait,
The
West
only one that
Virginia.
hasn't in the New England area, the only one that hasn't come
How
true
about you take the hard road and
is New
educate
Hampshire.
people as to why it's wrong and why long term
Fred left us?
it hurts everybody.
Yeah,
Really
he is working in the
easy
morning.
to done for you. Guess what?
Oh.
Next election cycle,
I'm
if
sorry.
they see everyone's doing better, and this is also why, my God, when you hear people talk about the income, when you hear people talk about the wealth gap, yeah, biggest wealth transfer we've seen in our lives. I don't know if you know
It's
it.
still early. My
$50
appointment,
is just
my
off the
my
roof.
interview isn't for
The
another
wealth gap is not the problem.
12 hours, so I'm
Poverty
good.
is the problem. In other words, you have enough people, whether he won the election.
Yeah,
or
you're
not,
right.
you
There
have
is a
enough people
banger in
vote for Biden
PA.
because even in the era of Donald Trump, when they went 8 years Obama,
I think I did a blood drive there when I was in
average
when I
household
worked at the
income
Red Cross.
4 years of Trump, $4,400. They were going, yeah, but some other people are doing better than me. Well, that's none of your business, prick. You're doing better than you ever were before. And if I come out and say, what are they done for you lately? Well, you give me $4,400, but they're promising me more. Oh, wait, sorry, open the door. It's Satan. A net negative loss over $4,000 per household, an average annual income.
I have an interview tomorrow at Chipotle. I mean,
How does the country look? And you'll never hear me say
it's not my ideal
it's
job,
never the answer.
but
Usually
it's
not.
a job,
And the people who say it's always
and
the
I
answer,
can be
they're
nice to
good.
people.
They're not going to do anything. They'll turn you over immediately fast.
There.
Sometimes
I could make a career out of it. It's definitely a big
because that's how they want it.
pay loss
You
from
were
what
afraid.
when I worked
You
at
were
the
afraid. You were afraid to get out and vote. So it was mass mail-in voting.
worked in the
Political violence is sometimes
warehouse.
because
But
you're in America.
at
You
the
don't
same
know that?
time, it's like
Because I live in Canada.
I'm maybe 50 years old. I do
for
not
God's
want
sake.
to
Do you have any
have.
idea how embarrassing that shit is? To actually have to
I don't want to have
go
a.
to a store. Like, yeah, that
I don't want to
bitch
work in a
money.
warehouse anymore.
Because they bent over and kissed the ring, and America didn't because they had guns.
I hate to
Mike,
admit
is
it,
there
but
going to be a guitar music tonight?
That's so crazy.
Huh?
I thought you were talking about Trudeau.
Is there going to be guitar music tonight?
No.
That's what Turkey
Sorry.
Apricot's asking.
Oh,
maybe
no.
Saturday. No, maybe Saturday.
The maestro.
Saturday
Every now and
we'll
then,
do a
like,
duet again.
just you see people going, oh, well, you know what? They don't say this is going to backfire.
We'll try and get.
Sorry,
What
Turkey
have you done
Apricot.
for me?
Fred,
Well,
Fred,
there's
I'll
probably
see
a
Fred.
subset of people who think he's done
I'm
it.
gonna be
We'll
working.
do a trio.
My interview is at Chipotle in Wilkes-Barre. Well, it's for the one in Kingston, but they're having me go to Wilkes-Barre for the interview. Either way, they're about the same distance from my house.
So you might be working at the one in Kingston.
I might be working at the one in Kingston, which is on Market Street.
Yeah, I'm driving by one day. I'm like, when did that get built? I'm like, when did that happen?
I didn't know.
It's a losing strategy.
Oh, that's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fred.
Losing strategy.
I'm gonna say it.
For
I'm
one
gonna say
election
something.
cycle. Before that doesn't last
I've
very long.
never ate a Chipotle.
I haven't either. I believe I took my. It was either my daughter or my son for an interview when they were 16 at the one in Wilkes-Barre. But I sat outside while they went in for their interview. I agree, Marcus. Only if I start working there.
Do you want to stay with him?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll do it.
If he wants to come on, you can just let me
I'll
know
be
if he
like,
wants to come on.
here's the GM from the show.
I believe
Here
you
you go.
know what?
Look, she's working here. She's taking care of me.
Sorry, Jay.
Well, by the way, we have about 30
For
minutes
what?
until Alex Jones, just giving everybody a little.
Well, you were
background.
coughing because I'm blowing. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, okay.
vapor.
Here. So I just want to go to a couple of things.
Is it hot in here? Or is it flustered?
Molly's up from her nap.
Your voice is getting a little raspy.
Yeah, of course it's getting raspy.
And that is just
I am
nicotine in there,
changing me.
people.
Yeah, that's just nicotine. Nothing.
Mine does not have nicotine. It does not have anything illegal in it either.
And I they put in Zolfran, so you guys know. And I was
Mine's mostly just for habit.
I found out later that Zolfran is a serotonin blocker to stop.
I smoked for 30 years.
That's one thing I never did. I never smoked. I never
I
ever
quit
smoked.
smoking 6 years ago.
Explain this because
Started vaping. And then 4.5, almost 5 years now. January, I think it's going to be 5 years that I've been zero nicotine.
I tried smoking a joint once, and that was just like tasted worse than a cigarette.
Yeah, I tried that once.
Unfortunately, right now, Twerking Angel or Apricot, I cannot have any of that kind of stuff. Because if I get hired at a job, they do drug testing.
And then maybe we'll know if you learned something.
Because I would love to have an edible right now. With all the pain I've been in, an edible will knock me the hell out, and you know.
Unfortunately, the person who we both knew who made the best edible is no longer.
Yeah, she passed away.
If Trump actually wins this, I wonder if Biden's going to pull a Trump this time, or is he going to be like the bigger man?
Well, it won't be Biden doing it because
no. Like
I don't think he even knows where he's at.
Oh, he does.
It'll be Harris doing it.
Remember the transition of power when Trump won? Obama included him on everything. It was an easy transition. Nothing went shitty. Everything was good. Biden wins, and Trump just like fucking did nothing. Like he just didn't include him in anything. Like left him out of
I can
everything.
see Biden just looking at Trump and going, "Who do you want in?"
Somebody said it happened, and did you take it out of their fund? Whatever.
Because that's just how it feels lately. He gets asked the question and he looks at you and goes, "Huh?"
I lived with somebody who had. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
I lived with somebody for many years growing up. My grandmother, she had dementia.
My mom
and I know exactly what it is when somebody has dementia, and Biden has dementia. It's bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Trump's now at 201.
My grandfather, right before my grandfather
according to ABC.
Was that according to ABC?
Yeah, Associated Press still has 198 to 112.
Kamala has to say that because if she says otherwise,
I mean, I agree with TA. He's older. In 2020, he had his fire, he had his passion. But I mean, he's how old? How old is he? Like
81.
Shit, when I'm 81, I'm going to be tired too.
I'm
Trump is
I'm only 49.
Trump is 78 and doing 4 campaign stops a day. Sorry, 4 rallies a day.
Jesus, how many more hours?
He's going after
3 hours each.
Small rallies. He doesn't talk for just 5 to 10 minutes.
He's going after the votes. He wants the votes.
What I'm saying is Joe Biden would be incapable of that. Kamala's seemingly incapable of that.
Despite the numbers here, she was pulling some good rally numbers. From watching the TV anyway.
She does get some good rally numbers, but not comparable.
Well, when they claim that Beyonce is going to be singing there. Hey, it's free. Beyonce.
I did see like the I like to watch both rallies to see, what goes on, who talks and whatever. I did not like the jokes that the roast comedian for Trump's.
It's about Puerto Rico.
Well, I understand
that was uncalled for what he did. I was calling it.
He's a roast comedian. They should have known what they were getting.
At the same time, he wasn't calling the people trash. He was commenting on the fact that there was a lot of publicity over the trash that was covering the island.
I was going to say, in a lot of ways,
at the same time, it's like he sucked. I think I found 2 things that he joked about funny. And then I was like, yeah, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate.
I didn't like his shooting the media comment. That was uncalled for.
That was uncalled for. But
yet, the sad thing is everybody around him cheered and
in the
laughed.
crowd, the media is in front of him.
Yeah, everybody laughed. Like, why would you laugh about someone possibly getting shot? Like,
honestly, if you heard some of those laughs, It was kind of like the uncomfortable laughs, like yeah.
Like,
I didn't agree with that. That was a very
he's still on his oh, I lost the election, it was rigged and fake news. That's old. Come up with something new at least, you know.
But at the same time, the January 6th riots were not because of him. There were people placed in that crowd.
Technically, yes.
Same thing with the BLM riots.
Because
there were people placed in that crowd to incite.
If he didn't have that rally, he scheduled that rally at that time because Pence was certifying the election. If he didn't hold that rally at that location, none of this would have happened. And why did he do it? He cried about losing the election. He's still crying about losing the election.
But at the same time, it wasn't the supporters that were doing it that started everything.
They marched to the Capitol building.
It escalated because of a few people who they saw people who were getting riled up.
Right.
And they helped to fuel that.
Right. And
they need to take that door.
Now, the people that stormed the Capitol building, they did it on their own free will. Okay,
exactly.
Trump didn't make them do it, but if you heard some of the interviews of them talking, oh, you know, we have to save our country. Trump was putting shit in their heads, and they took that and ran with it.
Same thing goes for the other side, though, too.
Right, but it's like Bob Bullis, who's a local guy, known local guy. He's like, oh, I wasn't in the Capitol building, and they had a picture point blank of him in the Capitol building. Like, oh, I forgot I was there.
You saw the videos of people going in. They're just walking through, like going, oh, well, yeah.
They entered the
one
Capitol
lady
building.
who got shot.
Like
the one person who died was shot by.
I thought there was two.
The one had a heart attack.
A lady died and one. Okay, you're right.
The one lady was shot.
Yes.
As she's standing there, not doing anything, she was standing there. Somebody else had a heart attack.
Was she in the Capitol building when she died, or was she outside of the Capitol?
She was in the Capitol building when she was shot.
I'm sorry. Did you say she was in or out?
She was inside.
She shouldn't have been there.
She shouldn't have been there. But when you look at the videos that they're trying to block, the Capitol Police that were in there actually opened the doors and let people walk right in. Which I think a lot of people are like, oh, they're letting us in. Let's follow. That's how I feel.
That could have been true.
And I wasn't.
But the ones that like smashed the windows and crawled through the windows.
That's totally wrong. You do not do any kind of you don't destroy property of any kind. Unless it's your own. If you want to destroy your own property, go freaking ahead. That's how I look at it.
They were chanting "Hang Mike Pence." Like
that was bullshit. I would love to see who started that chant.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
that's how I feel.
They literally grabbed and like I said, I'm not a Trump person. I wasn't a Pence person, but the fact they were hunting through the Capitol building chanting "Hang Mike Pence," I was scared for Mike Pence. I was scared for Mike Pence. Like,
well, look at the BLM riots. A lot of them started off as being peaceful riots, and then one or two bad seeds in the crowd got out there and started a whole bunch of BS. And things got out of hand.
Really got out of hand.
Yeah, and that's mostly in the big cities. And unfortunately, one of the cities was where
which really then looks like
Walls was.
would be the only path. Virginia's been interesting to me. How close is this race still? Yeah, we're seeing Harris begin to open up a little bit more belief.
That is hilarious, twerking apricot.
Virginia, there really wasn't a world where
if I would have saw that, I would have laughed. I would have been like, video.
Exactly. I'm one of those, when I see stuff like that, I don't care who it's against. I will put it up. If I see something that I think is funny on Facebook, I will repost it.
Oh, I do too. Like when I see
yeah, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote for him as the person he is. I voted for his policies.
But here's the thing, though. Is he going to come through on his policies? Because he said he was going to do a lot of shit in 2016, and he never even went near it. He never even touched it. It was sad. Here's what was sad. He vowed. I saw him up in it was either DuPont or Duryea. It was the 16. It was when 2016. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna revitalize the coal industry. We're gonna open those mines up. People were chanting like, and I'm sitting there going, "You dumb fucker! You can't." The mines.
Some of those mines are not viable to be reopened.
The mines are flooded. You can't open the mines. He vowed in Virginia. We're gonna do there was a video.
Thank you, Marcus.
Or was it Virginia or Maryland? I can't remember. I can't
Virginia,
remember.
I think, when they were stuck in the mines.
No. Trump in 2016, Trump vowed he was going to come down there. He's going to revitalize the coal industry. Blah blah blah. Again, it was either Virginia or Maryland. They made a video on YouTube begging Trump to do what he said he was going to literally. And I felt I don't know if I felt bad for these people, or did I want to say stupid ass for believing them?
Honestly, I tell them stick to their policies. If you are going to say you're going to open up the mines, let them know you want to open up the mines as long as they're safe.
Right, and literally all the mines here in this area.
You can't just turn around and say, I'm going to open up all these mines. I'm going to open up all of this. No, you got to look at it from the point where it is is it safe to go into these places?
No.
If not, then we're not going to open it. Same thing like with the border. Are these people safe to come in here? No, then they're not allowed.
The only thing I didn't like, he also mentioned, he brought up Top Dog, which I was like, Daddy, you know, you can really
He brought up Top Dog?
Said, we're going to bring back things like places like Top Dog. Now, again, this is back in 2016. I'm like thinking, you dumbass, that will not work in this day and age. It won't work. It's not like the 39-cent hot dogs, 39-cent hamburgers. You can't pull that off anymore. You're going to go bankrupt.
And there's not that many roaches.
Yeah, true. Well, cat. But some of the things
I won't let them have my cats.
That's Chinese food.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We have enough of those places around. And less cats.
Marcus, I don't want to say January 6th was as bad as 9/11 or worse than 9/11. It was bad in its own way.
It was bad in its own way, but the way they're treating it, they're trying to say it's as bad as 9/11, which is why I agree with what Marcus is saying.
Should that lady have died? No. Should that cop had a heart attack because everything happened? No. Should have those people stormed the Capitol building? No. They should have stayed
honestly,
back
that
behind
heart attack on that cop could have happened at any time.
Oh yeah. It was just.
I'm sure they're worse here in Wilkes-Barre.
Oh yeah. But let me tell you, if they opened up a Top Dog again, I'd definitely be there. I would be there in a heartbeat.
Well, isn't that what Dave and Buster's is kind of like?
Yeah,
kind of
like a restaurant, a
little more expensive.
Yeah, Bartari. I still want to take the GF to Bartari.
I've never been there either.
We should all go.
I've heard about it. One of my friends used to work there and told me I should go work there, but I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to drive to Scranton every day.
It's
just to work. I'd prefer to be here in the Wilkes-Barre area.
There was
well, tonight I am drinking this right here. It is a Pennsylvania liquor.
Martinis. And TA, I'm drinking this. Wait, I'm drinking this. It's
All right, what I'm reading right now on the Associated Press. So far, it's 210 for Trump.
112 Harris. Oh, nope. Harris just went up a point to 113.
Okay. Well,
yeah. It was 112. It was 112. I'm looking over and it just bumped to 113. I'm like, okay, cool.
I'm waiting because it updates every minute on mine. And it didn't change the minutes yet.
I'm not sure how the website so I'm looking at this on Bing. It's the same, but it's through Bing.
Yeah.
Not the actual website. Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
Mine is just I Googled it, the 2024 U.S. elections, and that's the first thing that popped up on it. And I tried to click on it. I couldn't find it on the link, so I just left it on the Google page. Yeah, it's 113 now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where she got the extra.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Because like before, I said, what state has only one electoral vote?
All right, so Massachusetts is a definite. Rhode Island, definite. Connecticut, definite. Jersey, definite. Delaware, definite. Maryland, definite. District of Columbia. DC.
Is it definite?
Oh, 90.
Out of all the ones on the side there, the only one is New Hampshire that isn't on there at all.
I have to laugh at the DOC. Kamala Harris, 92.7. Trump, 6.5. I got to laugh at that. And, yeah, Hawaii. Hawaii hasn't not even started yet. There's nothing yet on Hawaii. Trump still has Pennsylvania by 2 points.
It actually looks like Maine is starting to lean towards blue now.
Yeah, 52 Harris, 45 Trump.
It was not long ago that Trump
was red. It was showing red.
But like I said, you don't know.
Red.
They just called Iowa and Ohio for Trump.
Ohio's been red for a while. So is Iowa on here.
Sorry.
And 55 Trump, 43 Harris for Ohio. Indiana.
You're right, Turkey Apricot. It's not 8 p.m. in Hawaii or Alaska yet.
West Virginia. Oh, yeah, that was a biggie. New Mexico still too close to call. Arizona's still they're leaning Arizona to Trump, but right now Trump has 49.7, Harris has 49.5.
That's a really fucking close. I'm sorry, freaking close one.
Dirty mouth.
That's why I could never be president.
Nebraska, they're projecting Trump now for Nebraska. 51 to 47.
Electoral vote coming out of Nebraska. It's in Omaha. Sometimes they call it Obama because Obama helped to win the presidency in 2008.
Let's open up Nebraska.
Actually, I have Nebraska as being already
Kamala Harris's path to winning the presidency.
A Trump state.
Right. But it's 47 to 51, and is it 40? Nebraska is 47.2% of expected votes. So it's not even half done yet with Nebraska.
Yeah.
So that could flip. I mean, it can.
Exactly. You don't know until.
And then there's still Washington. Nothing in Washington's about 4 hours behind us. 3 or 4 hours behind us. Oregon, nothing yet. California, nothing.
They're
Nevada,
about 4 hours behind us.
Yeah, because I know Illinois is 1 hour. Illinois is 1 hour behind us. Texas is 1 hour behind us. So that's when I deal with both. I dealt with both Illinois and Texas when I worked for Medicaid. But like past Texas, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 hours behind us.
Running for Senate wins, he's going to now take over the seat that was once held by Robert Menendez until he was convicted. So Congressman Andy Kim wins in New Jersey.
Andy Kim, who's a Democrat, won Senate in Jersey.
Tim Kaine has been reelected in Virginia.
Tim Kaine reelected in Virginia. These are all Senates.
Which is quite extraordinary for this time of the night. In Texas at this
And I'm sure, Marcus, I'm sure a lot of people are saying.
I don't know how Ted Cruz can keep winning. Ted Cruz is an idiot.
I agree that Ted Cruz is an idiot.
Oh, he remember that, was it last year, the year before, he pissed when Texas got hit with all those when they had that fluke storm and their power grid went down and nobody had power in half of Texas.
I mean, like California does all the time. Oh,
yeah. Well, Ted Cruz picked up his family and went to Florida to get away from it, and everybody bitched because he left, because he ran.
Hey, Ember.
Yeah, Marcus, they do.
I said, hey, she loves you.
But yeah, it's not 8 in Hawaii. I forget how far behind Hawaii is. I think it's 4 hours.
So I'm surprised you remember Ember's name. Do you know who this is that I'm holding? Do you remember?
I'm actually happy. Now we're down to 5 people watching. We were rolling about 11 or 12 all through the night, at least through Restream here. Not mentioning not knowing the other ones.
Right.
But yeah, so tonight's night went better than I expected. I invited people to come on, like a friend of mine, love her to death. She's a big time Trumper. I'm like, oh, Hawaii's 6 hours behind. Oh, so yeah, so it's gonna take time for that. I invited her to come on the show. She's a big time. Like, let's hear your thought. Come on, tell me your thought. No, I'm like, son of a bitch. Well, she never answered. I gave her the link. Hey, if you want to come on, join us. Come talk with us. No negativity. Just gonna have a good night. I thought you went to bed already there, FC.
Yeah, I thought he went to bed too. Good night.
I'm going to bed at 10:30. Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock.
Right?
All right, you have a good night, Fred.
Good night, Fred.
And we will see you Saturday for our normal show. Oklahoma.
This is Momo. How can you forget the name Momo?
Where the hell is Oklahoma? I'm looking. Why can't I find it? Oh, there it is. That's why. Yeah, 66 to 31. Yeah, that's a Trump state.
Oh, you just want all the attention. I know.
In this state, you remember those images of Ted Cruz at the airport after that Denver liquor store, going on ad after ad on that. Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I might have to face facts. Trump's going to be president again. Ah, shit.
Come here. Olin. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, Olin.
We'll tell you the story about what's left. 175,000 votes left in Philadelphia is on estimate, or 193,000 in Delaware County.
Yep, Momo.
Is winning very big.
When we first met her, we thought she was a male, and if you look at her head, she looks like Mo. She looks like she has
Stooges.
Mo from the Three Stooges. And when we found out she was a girl, we just said Momo. Because she answered it to it.
He's been able to build on his. I think it's a good example when you pulled up Perry County. Just look at the threshold, the 538 threshold of where he needs to be, and this is the story of the night. He's outperforming slightly in all these rural counties. I think we're seeing this in a number of the swing states, which is helping him to build these margins against Kamala Harris. That's exactly right, and it adds up.
Come here, babies.
And I think that's similar to what we've seen in Michigan, similar in Wisconsin. Michigan doesn't have a lot of voting right now, but you're seeing some areas where Donald Trump in the past has not particularly not been that strong. This is more of a swing type county. You see where Joe Biden was, you see where Kamala Harris is, you see where Donald Trump was, you see where he is right now. And in many cases, it's beating himself twice. Right?
All right, what aren't you going to forget, TA?
The name Momo.
Oh.
Against them several times now. So again,
yeah, Marcus Fraser Wright.
And it's still possible that Harris pulls out enough of the vote in
shit.
Unfortunately,
but it becomes difficult.
Most of the swing states are going by policies, like I am.
Here's what I'm afraid of.
Listen. I'm a registered Republican.
No,
right? But I don't always vote Republican.
No, I know.
Mike is an independent. And we've got into arguments over candidates. It happens.
Oh, yeah, it does.
But at the same time, we agree on a lot of stuff. Somebody came on my page, and because I posted a meme, started bashing everybody. Mike came on, he stated facts, and the person started to try to bash him. Mike turned around and said, listen, I am not a Republican. I am not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Biden. It was when Biden was still running.
Okay.
And I am an independent. Well, that person turned around and tried to say he was a Republican. When Mike turned around and told him he was an independent, I'm the person you're trying to dissuade. You're trying to get me on your side. Tell me what I need to hear to vote for this person.
Right.
They just shut up and they blocked both of us.
Oh. Yeah, and these people like, you're this, so I'm going to block you. Yeah.
Exactly. And this person moved out of the country 3 years ago. So it's not because Trump was in office that they moved out of the country. You know what I mean? They moved out of the country.
All right, so far on the SGW Facebook page, we have 35 views. Thank you, those 35. On mine, let's see mine.
Facebook.
31 on mine. Okay, so 35, 31.
On mine, 23.
Wait, I need a calculator. Okay, so it's 35, 31, 23.
I'm going on the back room right now to see.
That just sounds dirty. The back room, like, yeah.
The back room has 49.
Nice. Thank you, dirty back room.
That was when Mike and I both worked at OTC, and we had a little channel on Facebook. We would make videos of things that went on at the bar.
Let's see.
Those kind of things.
Mike's channel. All right, it's not giving me any because we're still live, so it's not going to give us any YouTube issues yet, any YouTube numbers.
Well, Mike's Facebook has 60.
Oh.
Let me see if I go on YouTube and see. Subscriptions.
Oh crap!
Best offers. Or check out Ford's full lineup at buyfordnow.com today. From WNEP, the news station.
Yeah, as of right now on
Newswatch 16.
Mike's on the Ghetto Theater, there's only 2 people watching.
It has now been 3 hours since most of the polls have closed across Pennsylvania. We are continuing our election coverage. Newswatch 16 Stacey Lang and our political analysts, Corey O'Brien and Jim Wilknick, are also with us tonight.
We also members of the Newswatch 16 team covering races all across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. We're going to begin tonight with the threats reported in Luzerne County.
Oh yeah, time with the.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's
messed up. But then again, I heard that they were doing that throughout all the polling places.
Just a couple hours ago, forcing an evacuation at Penn Place.
FP has won.
Michael,
Hi, Scott and Lisa. Yes.
just making sure you're still with us.
The police department brought in their bomb-sniffing dog to
You look like you're falling asleep there.
No, I'm just watching TV.
Watching Crowder.
Yeah, I kind of got the vibe that I was stepping on conversations, so I just sort of
Now it's only
I muted and tuned out of it. Huh?
It's only 3
No,
of
you're
us.
not stepping on nothing.
We're seeing some numbers play out remarkably consistently. Right now, and I want to double check it before imagine if the media did this. I mean, this will build it.
It's so yeah, so right now we're at like around 200 maybe.
Since I've been a lot. Look, you and me.
That's cool.
And everyone who's basically also become a comedian.
Where did you get the 179 Torquay apricot?
She just got California.
Oh, did she?
Oh, did
Did she
That's how
actually
much
get
of-
it?
That's how much of a difference California makes.
Yeah, it just showed up. Yeah, and Washington.
Rooms now, I'm like, oh, it just comes down to whether they like the lawyer. Yes.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said,
I
I
just
believe-
okay.
It just showed up.
Yeah, I just okay. I caught it.
California, like I said,
In the Cobb
Yeah,
County.
Washington.
We have a video here, so let's go to our electoral integrity.
I'll be back.
Oregon looks like it's gonna.
Entertainment.
Oregon. Yeah.
According to ABC News, former President Donald Trump projected to win 21 states with 210 electoral votes. Vice President Kamala Harris projected to win 8 states with a total of 91 electoral votes.
Let's take a look at the numbers
Right now is I guess we have a librarian exclusive reporting on.
like I was going to say. California is like literally like 54 electoral votes.
I'm not a big fan of eating on camera, but I still have my chicken
Right now,
stir fry.
Hey, I made chicken too.
I made chicken stir fry.
I
Yesterday
made
beef
pan
stir
fried
fry.
chicken fries. Chicken thighs.
I made the beef stir fry yesterday, and I got the chicken stir fry today.
Which are really affecting the back and forth that we've seen.
And it is amazing.
All right, Stacey Lang, thanks very much. Control the
How does it taste?
Mhm.
I am Molly. Come here, baby.
Like I said, it's amazing.
Good girl.
Bob Casey for his seat. Newswatch 16's Melissa Steilinger is live with the Casey campaign.
It must smell good too. Because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cats right at my feet.
Because you have food.
If it didn't smell good, they wouldn't be around.
Or they're smelling your feet.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Mike can tell you. I actually put a post up, Torquay Apricot, of what this looked like earlier. When it was still hot and steaming.
Yeah, me too, TA. Me too.
And we would like to hear again from Senator Bob Casey or have any word on where exactly he may be, if he is here in the building or not, and if we are going to hear.
Unfortunately, cats can't have onion, garlic, or mushroom. And there's a lot of that in here.
Oh, I love doing mush like and when I do like omelets or like cheesesteaks, I always do mushrooms. Yeah.
Well, I absolutely love fresh mushrooms.
Oh
I was
yeah.
gonna get frozen mushrooms to throw in, just because, but I couldn't find any. And then I saw they had at Shields the Baby Bella pre-sliced mushrooms in the fresh department, 2 for $4.
It's not bad.
So I got those. Yeah, I always look for the deals. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, which means there's 5 missing, or 4 missing. One's in the bedroom because she still wants to be separated.
Oh yes, deviled eggs are awesome. I love deviled eggs. Hey, baby. All right.
You put a tray of deviled eggs in front of me, nobody else is allowed to have any.
All right, guys, I'm looking here. It is 11 o'clock. I do have to go to work tomorrow. Unlike someone there who has the next couple of days off.
I'm sorry.
No. And I know I got to run Molly out. But thank you guys. Had a great night tonight.
Cool.
And I shall see you all Saturday night for Outside the Box.
Absolutely. We can last longer.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching all over the platforms.